Hello, fellow lore sages. We're back. This is it. It's Monday. It's been 2 weeks, and we're back here together where we can read adventures again about the Moonshae Isles, more specifically, the Rising Shadows. Whoa! Thank you for the subscription, Christ, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Heard you're going to Inazuma, the IRL Inazuma, which is where everybody wants to go, I guess. So good luck. Have a safe trip. Pasalubong, right? Anyway, that's why I think that's why I was meant to wear this. My DM robe, the black one, was used during our event. For those who don't know, actually, I didn't do any introduction. I've forgotten how to do this. Fellow sages, yes, my name is Paul Gavat, also known as DMPaulG. I'm an adventure writer. I'm also one of the storyline coordinators for the Moonshae Isles under Ballman Games, which is a group of islands in the Forgotten Realms. And I'm also an event organizer as part of a local group here called the Greasy Snitches. And we just what did we do? We set up an event last weekend called the Tavern Experience. It's for the D&D movie, the up and coming D&D movie. If you've seen it already from the early sneak preview showing, then that's good. If you haven't, I think it's going to be showing here in the Philippines March 29, and then in the US, I think it's March 31st if I'm right. But yeah, you should definitely watch it. I have seen it. It's a really fun movie. You're going to love it. If you're not a D&D fan, if you don't know anything about D&D, you're going to enjoy it. It's just a fun, cool movie. You're not going to use a lot of brain cells. It's those type of movies where you sit and just relax, have a few laughs and enjoy. That's it. But if you are a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and especially the Forgotten Realms, so that's why for those who played Adventures League, oh man, we've been so exposed to the Forgotten Realms. There's so many references. There's so many Easter eggs. You're gonna love it. Yeah. So that's what we did yesterday and Saturday. So I'm actually still pretty exhausted. Barely moved today. I'm gonna be taking some meds, not just for a headache, just because of what happened last week, which I need to do. We need to survive the stream. And then what else? Also, I got a lot of loot last week, so that's cool. Anyway, I know there's a lot of conventions that happened this past weekend. Garricon happened, right? And then in PAX East, is that? I think that also happened last weekend. I know it's PAX something, but yeah. So lots of D&D stuff happening around the globe, which is great for us D&D fans. And then we have a movie coming up. And then we get to play more, and then we get more people to play with in the future. And hopefully we get more movies, TV shows, more books, novels, all that stuff. Nice to meet you. Hello. Welcome. So, there. What are we going to do? Today, we're going to be reading the last Moonshae Isles Rising Shadow, Moon6 adventure. Nice hair. Why? No. Yeah. I don't know. It's growing. I'm getting lazy again and cutting it. So we'll see. Oh yeah. What are the stuff that we got? My friend Charles just gave me this gargantuan gold dragon. Look at that. Look at that. Uh, it's like a lot of pointy ends on its wings. It actually am I supposed to say it? It actually injured not injured, but basically pricked like one of the fingers of our host when like a kid tried to throw it at him. Like saying that this dragon can fly. So yeah. But yeah, look at that. It's so cool. So Rugvala is here. Cool stuff. Raffle? Probably not this one. Okay. This one I can probably give out. Actually, I grabbed this from the set of the event. Can you see it? Like at the entrance, this was there. Like at the top, there's a sign of the tavern. I was supposed to put it here behind me, but it keeps falling off, even with all the like double-sided tape that I put there. So I have to figure out another way to put it in the background here. But yeah, great for the dining room. Yeah. Actually, I'm planning to put it, I don't know, like just in front, like at the office door, just above, and says tavern, or in front of the house, right? And then people just start going in. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? There's a tavern. Have some drinks, and then yeah. But yeah, those are just some of the stuff that I got. I also got like what's this? I doubt you're gonna be able to see it, but I got a D&D ice tray, which is like a Jello mold thingy, from the Tavern Experience event, which is like an official D&D movie merch. So you get those like 4 ice cube thingy on a tray, and it has like a D&D logo mold. You're not gonna be able to see it because I'm drinking water, because I need to be hydrated. But it is cool. Yeah, the silicone mold. Yeah, I got one. Um, and yeah, Ninja Gal over here. Yeah, she was there. She won, right? She won one of the stage games that we had there, and they were giving out like a whole set of like limited edition merch. I don't think they're selling it, because if they are, I haven't seen any posts about it. But they're basically giving like a bag, like a messenger bag, I think, which looks like a bag of holding, and then there's also a tankard, like a metal tankard. Uh, and then there's a what else? The hat, the beanie. I don't know where it is, and then the what else? The mug, the mold, the ice mold or Jello mold thingy, the hat, and then the bag. Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, orange beanie. Yeah, or orange the like the quack quack hat, as the host would call it. Yep. So that's what we got. Cool stuff. You were the loudest ninja with the longest huzzah. Yeah. So good job, Ninja Girl. Proud of you. Uh, so there, a lot of things happened. It was yeah, before we go on an adventure, yeah, because I just wanna let all of this out, because we weren't really expecting a lot of non D&D players to go there. So we kind of advertised this to the community, wanted everyone to go here to this event. Also to make sure that they get to enjoy the movie more when they see it. Uh, and the event is actually like inside a mall, a shopping mall. So people were just going in there, I don't know, to buy like a shirt, or go to the supermarket, buy like, I don't know, an eggplant or something. I don't know what they buy at the supermarket. And then all of a sudden we go out there and then ask them, "Hey, you want to play D&D? We got some good, yeah, free dice. We got some character. You could be Chris Pine in a 1 hour learn to play adventure, all that cool stuff." And then we played like a Red Wizard epic, which is really really cool. And yeah, it was jam packed. There was a lot of people, which caught us by surprise, which really made us happy. And then on the second day, Sunday, registration was for the games, and then we have free miniature painting as well. You get like free those WizKids Prime minis, and then you get to paint them as well, thanks to Neutral Grounds, one of the like hobby shops that we have here in the Philippines. So there's a lot of activities there, and then on the second day, registration for the 1 hour games and the epic 4 hour game is like full, like at 2 p.m. it's full. So it was crazy. It was crazy. So I'm really happy about it. Nobody got injured except for the host got got pricked by one of the I don't know, spikes of this gold dragon mini. But other than that, we're good. We're good. We're good. So there. All right, the dogs are barking here. So I think that means that we're supposed to dive into this adventure now, right? Supposed to do this. I'm just gonna try to keep it chill. So again, my head is still kind of feel heavy. And yeah, that's it. Let's try to make this happen. How can we make this happen? Okay. All right. Where are we? So this is the Rising Shadows Planar Convergence. It's Moon6-3. This is the last one in the Moon6 series. Let's try to see if we still remember what happened here. It's been 2 weeks since the last stream. This is written by Emily Harmon. This is the first time I have encountered this name, or her name, rather. And let's see if we have awesome adventure here. Okay, so Planar Convergence. What's happening here? After a Moonwell portal is permanently open to the Feywild, Fey and humans have begun to live together in harmony. But when a new threat forms on the horizon, darkness threatens to overwhelm the Moonwell and consume the Moonshae Isles. As the Fey and human denizens rush to mount defenses, will their alliance be enough to defeat the coming army? Part 3, the last one, the last adventure module for the Earth Mother's Eye trilogy. It can be a 2 hour or 4 hour adventure for tier 2 characters, which means for level 5 to 10 characters. Nice. Okay. This is it. So now we're gonna see the humans and the Fae work together and to face a common enemy, which we don't know yet. Last time, like part 1. Actually, we have notes. Why don't we read the notes? Part 1. Part 1 is what happened here? We went to Dorset. We're supposed to find like a Moonwell and rush down wood. There's like this vision that they got, like one of the seers there. We need to open a portal to the Feywild to strike balance between the material plane and other planes out there. The Moonwell. So we're supposed to open a Moonwell and rush down wood, which we did. We're able to do that. I forgot who's the seers. I know there are 2 seers. Oh, diviners. So we have Olivia Erinur. I forgot how to pronounce that. A diviner from the Outlands. Oh, from the Outlands, from the plane where Sigil is at. So the planescape setting. And then we have Riwal, which is a Luir elf diviner. Luir is those elves that live in the Isle of Gwen, or most of them live in Gwenet in Senoria. Yeah, so we have that. And then what else do we have here? And then in Moon 2, we opened the portal, and then there were consequences. Of course, there were consequences. And what happens is on the other side of the portal in the Feywild, there was this place called Temerity Bay. There we go. And when we opened the portal, we were able to release who's that? Count Uznazir, an Unseelie Fey, and try to basically take over Temerity Bay. But we're able to save the people of Temerity Bay and the place, and now we're back here in the Moonshae Isles. So let's see what's gonna happen now, right? I hope I did the recap right. Okay, and again, how we do this, we're just gonna we're trying to extract as much lore as we can about the Moonshae Isles. Oh man, the quote is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm gonna love this advent. I love this adventure already. All right, let's read it. The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion of separation. Things you think are separate and different are actually one and the same. We are all one people, but we live as if divided. A Guru Patek. All right. Season 2, episode 19. All right. Or yeah, I'm assuming that's how it is, right? Okay. Episode 2.19. Okay. Background. I love the author already. All right. If she's using Avatar quotes here, I think we're in good hands. Okay. A moonwell in Rushdown Wood underwent a ritual, which we participated in as adventurers, causing it to open as a permanent portal to the Feywild. After experiencing planar instability, several rifts appeared around the moonwell, leading to various planes. Moonwells are portals? No. Moonwells are source of magic. So the Earth Mother, which is a primal spirit, in previous edition they say that it's like an aspect of Shantea, right? One of the deities in the Forgotten Realms. But Earth Mother is kind of like the spirit of the land, the spirit of the Moonshae Isles, and her power kind of seeps out on these moon wells, and they say that this like magical wells are kind of like the the Earth Mother's window to the material plane, so they can she can see what's going on in these isles. But since these magical wells are like, again, source of power, people can either absorb it, taint it, or use it for something else, like to power up and open a portal to another plane, which is what's happening here. So they use one of the moon wells in Rushdown Wood to create a portal to the Feywild, because according to the diviners that we first met in Moon6-1, we need more portals to the Feywild to strike balance to the material plane and the other material to the other planes out there. So, and that's what we did. But there were complications, and now let's see if there are more. Okay. So, a group of adventurers were able to stabilize, which is also us, the Moonwell, and seal the rifts, leaving the Moonwell portal open and allowing travel of humans and Fey to and from the Feywild. I don't know, it's kind of dangerous, don't you think? Just having that door there from the Feywild and the humans. I'm not talking it's dangerous like on both sides, right? Because imagine all these humans going to the Feywild causing mayhem. But yeah. And what else? So yeah, so that's so we're able to do that. And so over the next month, after 310 days, Dorset, which is a farming village near Rushdown Wood, has transformed into a travel destination, attracting commoners and adventurers alike who have an interest in the Fae and the Feywild. It's a good tourist business. So good for tourism in the Moonshae Isles. All right. While the Moonwell portal is guarded by sentries from Caercaldy. All right, so there are guards here, meant to prevent unwanted passage in and out of the portal. Wild Fey magic continues to leak into the surrounding area. Visitors travel from far and wide to experience the magical permutations caused by the portal, which affects creatures and the environment within a 10-mile radius. So I'm assuming the whole Rushdown Wood is like covered in like wild Fey magic already. And lots of crazy things are happening there. It's dangerous if the S-class yokai get crossed. Exactly, right? And they have like, I don't know, they sent sentries, so they have guards here from Caercaladir, which is the seat of power for the High King of the Moonshaes, or High King of the Folk. But these are like, they're either just normal guards, like commoner guards, or these are like super expert, super powerful guards that can, identify if you're supposed to cross this plane or not, right? To and from the Feywild. And experience the recently opened Fairy Carnival. Oh, we have a carnival in Dorset. Okay. Dissent has formed within the village as it experiences growing pains, while many welcome the booming business and unique magic the Moonwell portal brings. Not all are eager for their way of life to change. Not everyone, whatever happens, as a lot of people that I know keep on saying, the only constant thing is change, right? And during my corporate life as part of change management, no matter what it is that you're trying to do, whenever it's changed, even if if it's for gonna improve the lives of people, or there will still be some that will be against it, right? And a lot of times there's a valid reason why they're against it, but and we're seeing that here as well. And then unfortunately, the Great Gark, all right, the Goblin King of the Feywild, has been searching for an opportunity to seize the Moonshae Isles as his new domain. And during the previous month's planar instability, before the portal was stabilized, he was able to pass through a rift to the Shadowfell and contact Gloomshade, a powerful shadow dragon. Another shadow dragon! Don't let us fight another shadow dragon. They brokered a deal. Gark promised Gloomshade safe passage through the Feywild and a future foothold within the Feywild if Gloomshade and his shadowy forces would travel through the Moonwell portal and seize control of the Moonshae Isles. A subset of Gark's forces remain in the Feywild, protecting an open rift to the Shadowfell, which Gloomshade's forces plan to pass through. Let's try to read that again. Because it says here, the Goblin King, which is from the Feywild, wants to take control of the Moonshae Isles. Is the Great Gark a touchstone character or someone we could kill? No, I think this is the Goblin King. It's both touchstone character and someone you can kill. Yeah, so the Goblin King or the Great Gark is a title basically, and it's not really mentioned anywhere from what I've on the things that I've read so far about the Moonshae Isles. So it's not confirmed that he's an archfey, but I would like to think he's like another person of power in the Feywild. So you have here in the Moonshae, you have the High Lady Ordalf, which is the ruler of the kingdom of Sarifal, the of all the Fey in the Isle of Gwenet. Then we were introduced to Queen Konome, right? The queen of the Fomorians in Oman. Actually, let me show our map here, our awesome map. Right, so here is the kingdom of Sarifal in the Isle of Gwenet, and the one that rules it is a Lachey called... Oops, what's happening? A Lachey called High Lady Ordalf, right? Let me zoom out a little bit. Or not. Zoom. Moray, we're not in Moray. We're going to, Sarifal, which is in the Isle of Gwenet. So you have those. And then you have Queen Konome, who rules the court of Vortomil, in the queen of the Fomorians, which are fake curse giants in the Isle of Oman. And then now we have the Great Gark, who is probably who wants to conquer the Moonshae Isles as well. And they're doing that by entering the Moonwell here in Rushdan Wood. So, but it's saying here that the Great Gark wants to take over the Moonshae Isles, right? So he went to the Shadowfell and befriended Gloomshade, or partnered up with Gloomshade, and Gark promised Gloomshade safe passage to the Feywild, and a future foothold within the Feywild if Gloomshade and his shadowy forces would travel through the Moonwell portal and seize control of the Moonshae Isles for the Great Gark. Okay, I understand it now. It's not... so I was confused. I thought the Great Gark promised Gloomshade, yo, go conquer the Moonshae Isles and it's yours, because that's what the Great Gark also wants. So Gloomshade gets a foothold in the Feywild if Gloomshade takes over the Moonshae Isles for our Goblin King. Okay. And yeah, because I have read some stuff about the Great Gark dying, being killed, and then another goblin or hobgoblin takes its place, or goblin or goblinoid basically takes its place. So, but right now, from what I know, the current Great Gark is a hobgoblin. There. Let's go back and continue reading. It has a lot of cool stuff here so far. A subset of Gark's forces. Oh, we read that. Episodes. So we have 3 story episodes. We start with call to action, and then we have 2 bonus episodes, or 2 extra parts that we can do to extend this adventure from 2 hours to 4 hours. All right. Just for those who are a bit confused why we're doing episodes instead of like part 1, part 2. During the time this adventure was published, it's following season 8 of Adventures League, which is when Waterdeep, Dragon Heist, and Dungeon of the Mad Mage came out, and they changed the format. of how adventures are written. Not by a lot, by just some terminologies and add some additional stuff here and there, which we'll see later on. And part of that is these episodes and bonus objectives. Okay. Spoiler: these will these will disappear after season 8. So, yeah. So we have 3 episodes. So to run this as a 2-hour adventure, these are the things that we're running. So part 1, welcome to Dorset. The adventurers arrive in Dorset while they visit the Fairy Carnival, which is kind of, now I'm imagining, because we have Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is also starts with a carnival, right? And in episode 2, we go with the Fairy Carnival. As the adventurers explore Dorset's Fairy Carnival, they see the effects of Fae magic on the area and its citizens, discover different viewpoints of the Fae, and investigate unsavory Fae-human interactions. Oh boy. And then episode 3, War is Hell. A demonic army streams forth from the Moonwell portal. The adventurers and their allies work together to defeat the seemingly insurmountable force that is hopefully not a shadow dragon. Alright. Then the adventurers must decide whether to leave the Moonwell portal open or seal it forever. Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant because if they close this portal after this adventure, then it's as if nothing happened. Like canon-wise, everything stayed the same. So we kind of created the problem, and then we fixed it, and then nothing really happened. No permanent changes happened in the setting, and which either can make, I'm assuming they're trying to make Wizards of the Coast happy, because that means, all right, you didn't change anything in the Moonshaes while we're out, right? Nope. But yeah, this is Ghost Fighter arc. We'll see. Like the Shadow Dragon is like what is Vincent's Japanese name? I don't know. I only know like the Philippine dub names for Ghost Fighter. Hiei? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yep. If you haven't seen Ghost Fighter, it's let's say it's an old anime, but it's a gem, and you need to watch it. Okay, it's really cool. So if you could survive that old graphics, not old graphics, old anime style kind of drawing, then yeah, definitely need to read that. Thank you. Oh, I can't read that. What's the name? 1989 for the gifted sub. All right. Never even heard of it. Oh man, but it has a lot of episodes though. So it's kind of like what era was it? Like Dragon Ball Z era, Slam Dunk era. I'm trying to remember what animes were there. Great Teacher. What does GT? Onizuka? Is that his name? Great Teacher Onizuka. Yep, all right. Okay, yeah. Era. Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho. There you go. Noob. Okay. Oh, noob. Oh, Hell Teacher Noob. I thought you were calling me a noob. Okay, Hell Teacher Noob. Yeah, Flame of Rekka. Oh, man. Yeah. Was that his name? Was that the title? Hell Teacher Noob? Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, it's different. It's different. Thought it was Okay, anyway. Yeah, I know GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka. Okay. Anyway. Bubblegum Crisis, right? Which I want to say like the new one, but it's also old. But it's like the remake of that Bubblegum Crisis, right? Because there's an older one. Right? Anyway, enough of us being anime nerds. Going back here in the adventure bonus objective. This adventure includes 2 1-hour bonus objectives, so you can extend your 2-hour adventure into 4 hours. We have bonus objective A, which is Into the Mist. After traveling to the Moonwell portal, the adventurers face their own nightmares and rescue the Lady of the Mist. Oh, I love this title. All right, if they are able to complete her request, she will be a valuable ally in the coming battle. Okay. And then bonus objective B, defenses mount. A seer portends the coming invasion. The adventurers must rush to gather their allies and prepare the village for battle. Okay. Says the guy in the anime code that is actually not owned by me. Which again, I'm wearing this for those who just joined us because my black DM robe was used during our event last weekend and has to be washed for the first time. So, when did we start streaming? Yeah, you get the idea now, right? So, I think it's time for that robe to be cleaned. So, that's why we're wearing this. Anyway, so this is we're only here at the like episodes part, background part. So episode sequence, how will you play? This is what we have. Sometimes the Kimetsu no Yabaharis feel like bad omens to wear because they know how many of them died. No, don't say that. All right. I'm sure our heroes here in this adventure will be fine. And I forgot to write everything that we just talked about. So the places that we have, again, it's the same thing. We have the Moonwell in Rushwood. Rushdown Wood. And then we have Dorset here. And then we're going to go to the Fairy Carnival. Right? And then what else do we have here? NPC. So we have... Right now we have Gloomshade. We're not going to write the Great Garg because we know about him already. We encountered that name or that title before in previous adventures. Gloomshade is a shadow dragon from the Shadowfell. And then we have also the Lady of the Mist, which hopefully we can get more info later on. Okay. We have those. We're ready. Let's do this. We're gonna skip this part. Just explanation how to do it. This is so in season 8 you have like the adventure flow. So you have a flow chart how you want to run it. If you're running it as a 2-hour adventure or 4-hour adventure. So if you're running this as a 2-hour adventure, you just go with the purple ones. And then if you want to get with the bonus objective, which is what we're going to do. So after episode 2, we go into the mist. And then we go back to episode 2. Is that what it's saying? Okay. Yeah, so we go from episode 1 to episode 2. And then we go to bonus objective A, which I think is inside episode 2. Or we go back to episode 2. So like sandwich in that episode 2. And then we go to the bonus objective B and then episode 3. All right. Okay. Let's go and do this. Episode 1, which is our call to action. Scene A, the welcome booth. We're now in Dorset, assuming. So as adventurers, we're going to the farming village of Dorset, which is now booming right now with tourism. because we have a new Feywild portal open nearby. In this section, the characters arrive in Dorset, a small farming village in southern Alaron. After a Moonwell portal leading to the Feywild was open in nearby Rushdown Wood, Fey magic has permeated the area. Denizens of the Feywild, primarily animal-like Fey spirits and flora, have migrated to the area, transforming the landscape from temperate fields and forests into a tropical paradise. So that is cool. This has drawn the attention of visitors who are flocking to the area by the dozens. In response, the villagers opened a fairy carnival designed to draw more visitors and boost the local economy. The village is quickly expanding into a visitor destination, though not all the villagers are happy about the new developments. When we arrive, we are greeted by Verna Flaxmere, a retired adventurer and clerk of saloon, and Harper informant who runs the welcome booth near. Wow, she does a lot of things. Okay, she's done a lot. All right. Friend unbreaded. Hey, welcome. Do they charge a fare for entry? We will see. All right, we will see. Actually, I have some questions about how they're running this carnival, but I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming right now it's like a happy place at the moment. No problem occurring, at least on how this carnival was built. But anyway, we have Verna Flaxmere. All right. I read the joke, or I read the pun, but I'm not gonna read it out loud. All right. Verna Flaxmere, who is she's a retired adventurer. She's also a cleric of saloon. She's also a Harper informant. And also the person who runs the welcome booth near the entrance of the town. That's a discrimination lawsuit in the making. We'll see. All right, so what do we have? Dimensions and terrain. So we have a large, hastily erected banner hangs over the entrance of the small village with the words "The Fairy Carnival" painted in bright cursive letters. We'll be given Appendix 7A for the map of the carnival, which let's take a look now. Let's jump, 30. Oh, that's not it. Appendix 7A. Oh, wow. Everybody tilt your head. Can I change the view somewhere? Rotate view clockwise. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm so smart. All right. This is the fair. Village Green, ferns. Okay. Petting zoo. All right. Yeah, see, this is I'm hoping like the fairy animal spirits that are here have not been captured to be part of the carnival. That's what I'm worried about. And I hope they're just staying here. They're free to go wherever they want, but they can stay here because there's like there's like a place for them to sleep and eat. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. So let's see. That's exactly. That's how you tilt your head like that. Fun with fairies on the lower right. Whoa, what kind of fun we have here? Okay. Foxy fairy. All right. Okay. We have those. Oops. Now we have to rotate view counterclockwise. There we go. Man, you're on fire today. There's no Ferris wheel. Yeah. You should. You know what? Do you write adventures? Because if ever there's like a sequel or for this, if the Fairy Carnival arrives again in the Moonshae Isles, probably need someone to write, an adventure for it with rides whose name is, full of puns like that. And then we'll see. Either it will be a super hit or no one will buy it. We'll see. I'm willing to risk it. All right. Anyway, what else do we have here? Welcome booth. So a small booth, 5 by 10 feet, sits near the entrance. A freshly painted sign with the words "Welcome" hanging from the front, and then we have Verna here, waving at us as we arrive. The booth is covered in signs and pamphlets advertising activities, which we can see in Appendix 7B. All right, let's go to Appendix 7B. Oh, all right. So these are the rides. Let's zoom in and read them. What's happening to my chat? Oh no. Come see our fairy petting zoo. See real live fairies up close. Hear the bewitching song of a fairy lark. Have your portrait taken with a fairy rabbit. See a fairy jellyfish fly through real hoops of fire. Oh, nice. All right. And then what else do we have here? See the fairy portal up close and personal. Take our hayride to the sacred fairy grove. Tie your own ribbon to a magical fairy tree. See the fairy portal that started it all. Available only through Fun with Fairies. Located in the village square next to the famous fairy petting zoo. Alright, so if we want to go to the portal, this is what we use. Okay. Alright. Spamming that emote. Alright. Dress to the nines. Am I regretting putting my face as an emote? No. Feel free to spam it whenever. Alright. Dress the nines. Dress the nines at the Foxy Fairy. Fairy's World Destination Boutique for fierce fairy clothing. Inspired by fairies designed for you. Find the fresh new you at the Foxy Fairy, located in the design district in the village square. Oh, this looks fun. All right, we get to try new clothes from the made by fairies from the Feywild. Take home your own silver sapling, a piece of fairy magic you can treasure forever. Dazzle your friends back home with this one-of-a-kind silver fern. Available only at Fairy Ferns. Find our greenhouse opposite to the Fiery Fairy. Who is like the marketing person for Dorset, because that person is doing an amazing job. Like, I want to hire that person. I've seen all these like pamphlets and signs that they have. So how they kind of flavored all the rides and attractions, and willing to spend like a welcoming booth, freshly painted like sign about the fairy carnival. It's whoever's the marketing guy here in Dorset, that person is doing an amazing job. All right, what else do we have? Okay. Alright. Oops.
Croquet.
We have the Fairy Croquet. Play the #1 game in town, the Fairy Croquet. Play around surrounded by fairy ferns and fairies themselves with this fun, family-friendly activity with views overlooking the famous village square. Okay. Oh, I think I want to go here. Eat up at the Fiery Fairy. The fairy carnival's first and only eat all you can eat buffet. In the middle, in the fantasy setting, in a medieval fantasy setting, you have an all you can eat buffet. That is great. Get your fill of magically delicious fern stew, pot roast, fresh grilled fern and fig salad. It's all fern. Yeah, located near the village square. Yeah. So but it's unlimited. You can eat whatever you want. Fern stew. There's pot roast. What's pot roast? Does that include meat? I'm assuming there's meat in pot roast. No, or it's just. Yeah, there's meat in pot roast, right? So we got some meat. So we have fern stew, pot roast, and fresh grilled fern fig salad. Alright. In before it's Alright. Okay. I think Christ, you're too excited to go to Japan. And your brain is just with all these puns and stuff. Alright, but anyway, I'll go for it. If you're in a medieval era in a fantasy setting where like a goblin can kill you any day if you go out to try to hunt for some game and try to get some berries and stuff, I'd rather pay and eat here, the first and only all you can eat buffet. All right. If ever the fairy carnival survives in this adventure and in the future we see this carnival again, we need to make sure that the fiery fairy survives. All right, this all you can eat buffet is still there. All right. Okay, so those are the things that we can see at the carnival. What else do we have? Bright lights provided by the sun. All right, other features. Visitors are milling about the area, walking into the town and visiting the welcome booth. There's a passive perception that you can do to notice a small purple rabbit with wool instead of fur sitting beneath a nearby fern. Though it is initially skittish, a animal handling check allows us to pet or hold the rabbit, and with a nature check, reveal that this is a fey creature native to the Feywild. A purple rabbit. Okay. Might be able to use that. Actually, you know what? Let me take note of that. There is a... I'll put it in the lore. On notes section. Or not. Something's happening with my notes. There we go. It's working. Purple rabbit fay with what's this? With wool instead of fur. Okay. Creatures and NPCs. Characters are quickly noticed and greeted by Verna Flaxmere. Alright. A folk human greeter. Verna is a human female with long black hair, streaked with silver, wrapped into a loose bun, and held together with a carved wooden chopsticks. Okay. Okay. She wears a silver crescent moon amulet around her neck. Kind of like that bard in that D&D movie, right? You see in the trailer. Despite her age, around 65 years old, she's quite beautiful, with deep amber brown eyes and a restful smile. Silver feathers sprout from the bridge of her nose and forehead, and the edges of which are carefully combed upward and intertwined with her hair. These feathers sprouted 10 days ago when the Moonwell portal was... Oh, it's a wild magic effect. They are a side effect of the Fey magic that permeates the area and affects all permanent residents of Dorset. Oh, that's nice. For more information, see Appendix 6. All right, try not... we're going to go back and forth, like the different pages here, so bear with me. So let's go read this. Feywild regional effects. So these are the wild magic effects that we have. Fey magic seeps from the Moonwell portal while it remains open, affecting all living creatures in a 10-mile range. All creatures which remain in the area for at least 1 day or 24 hours and or which physically interact with Fey spirits experience physical changes from the magic permeating the area. To determine which effect a character experiences, have the players roll once on each table or choose the appropriate effect. All right. And there are some examples here. If a combination effect does not make sense, re-roll the results, okay? The effects of this magic are cosmetic, wearing off within 10d10 days after a creature has left if they leave the affected area. These traits cannot be removed unless you cast Wish. All right, so we roll for color, we roll for the area of the body, and then we roll the texture. Okay, so let me roll right now. Roll here in beyond. So what's the first one? 1d12. So I can have a 7, a black, nine, black shoulders, a black blank on my shoulders. D1 100. 32. Black glossy shoulders. All right. That's it. So just my shoulders became glossy, laying a darker hue. All right. I like that. It's kind of like a can be like a tattoo, kind of like a full ink black tattoo that's kind of glossy. It remains glossy. All right, we like that. Balenciaga. Yeah. All right. You guys are updated with your memes. All right, I just saw that this morning too. All right. Anyway, where were we? Okay. So I like this. Actually, you know what? The fact that we're taking a while to like progress with what we're reading, because there's a lot of cool stuff here. The author really so far, she's done a great job. So I'm liking this adventure. Anyway, let's see. So we have that objectives and goals. So Verna is interested in in gathering information about the Feywild creatures and the Moonworld portal itself to report back to the Harpers, who are keeping a close eye on the situation as they fear future diplomatic issues with the Fae. She has heard rumors of negative interactions between the Fae fauna flora and some residents and fear this may lead to negative consequences. The Harpers are already here in the Moonshae Isles. We've only opened the portal for like 30 days or so. And the Harpers are already here. She encourages characters to investigate the village further and correct or smooth over any negative Fae-human relations they may encounter. Alright, so just fix like random problems that we get. And what does she know? What does Verna know? She's enjoying her retirement in Dorset before the Moonworld portal opened. And she can relay the following. Oh, wait, you know what? Wait a second, because we got a gifted sub. I just realized this. I think we just unlocked one more slot for an emote. Oh, and remember I told you guys I commissioned some emotes as well. We can use that. All right, all right, back to regular programming. Just kind of remember that. Okay, nice. Because now all of our emotes are approved. Okay. And what else do we have? The Moonworld portal was opened a month ago by a group of adventurers, which is us. There were planar instabilities resulting in rifts opening into the other worlds like Swiss cheese in reality, which were sealed shortly after Moon6-2. All right. What else do we have? The Moonworld portal is a few miles away inside Rushdown Wood. Soldiers from Kir Kaldir are guarding it until an official accord can be made between the High King Darid of Alaron and the Fae of Temerity Bay, who control the other side of the portal, which resides in the Feywild. All right. Nice. And with the portal open, Fae magic has seeped into the surrounding area, limited to Rushdown Wood and a few miles beyond its borders, including Dorset. This magic affects everyone differently, primarily causing cosmetic changes of unknown permanence. Okay. And then what else? Fae flora and fauna have passed through the portal. Though they seem harmless, not everyone is happy. Arlo Hillwell, hello, who are you, good sir? A local farmer. Has taken a special dislike to the situation and has been causing an uproar all around town. He is campaigning to have the portal close, though no one knows if or how it could be done. Alright. Going out shopping. Make sure you buy some fairy clothes, alright? From the Feywild. But yes. Alright. And then lastly, what do we have? What else do we have? Verna suspects humans and Fays alike see this as an experiment to determine if the two groups can coexist. If Fae or humans are harmed or disparaged, Verna worries the situation may escalate, resulting in diplomatic issues with the Fae or even war. Okay. And our objective here is to visit the Fairy Carnival in Dorset, investigate Fae-human interaction, and see, form an opinion whether the portal to the Feywild is a good thing or not. Okay. Episode 2. Okay. The Fairy Carnival. A traveler enters the world into which he travels. But a visitor brings his own world with him and never sees the one he's in. Thomas Cook, all right, The Crime of Julian Wells. I like that. All right. These quotes that we have in Adventures, I love it. Um, I love having them in like adventure modules, or even in hard if they're in hardcover modules, or in source books, uh, but mostly in adventure modules for Adventures League, because you get a glimpse of what the author is into. Right? Like these are like the books, the media that they were exposed to, and this is where they're basically getting these quotes from, which is kind of cool. Right? It's like you get to learn a little bit about the author, and it's just nice. Yeah. Setting description. In this episode, we explore Dorset and the Fairy Carnival. The small farming community has transformed into a visitor hotspot over the last month. The area is permeated. Oh, wow, there's a lot of this word here. With fey magic, with residents sporting magical cosmetic effects, large fey ferns sprouting everywhere, and the small fey animals making brief appearance in the ferny underbrush. The goal of this episode is for the characters to meet the citizens of Dorset, see the effects of the Fey portal uh, is having on the community, and understand the division in the community on whether the Fey are good or a bad thing. These interactions will inform their decision on whether to leave the Moonwell portal open or close it, which occurs at the end of the module. If the players are struggling to decide what to do, humans for harmony, Scene B, may approach them and offer pamphlets. The party may come across Arlo's protest, Scene I, or the party may walk to one of the attractions. It is not necessary for the characters to experience every scene in this section. Oh, but we are gonna read through everything, so experience it. I think there's like a faction here. Humans for Harmony. All right. Well, hopefully we get some information about that later. All right, prerequisites. So if you're new to playing this type of adventure, like how to run the game, so you have this section for prerequisites, because that's basically like what do I need to do first as a dungeon master before I go to this part. So in this case, you need to read and do call to action, which is episode 1, before you can continue in this section. Okay. And then the objective of the characters here is to explore Dorset, meet Arlo, and visit the fairy petting zoo. Everything else is kind of optional, as mentioned a while ago. Okay, so we go to the town square first. I hope there's like a map of the town, right? That'll be awesome. I know that it's probably hard for us to do, for like the story leads for the Rising Shadow, because you can't just make up a map, because you don't know if it's gonna be canon or not. You can put like a village square here, but then if Wizards of the Coast releases an official map of Dorset, and then you see it's different from the one that we made, there's gonna be a problem, right? So what I'm asking is for Wizards of the Coast to give us Moonshae maps, village maps, city maps. That way we can use them. We can make like a different drawing, not different art style, different not use the same exact map file, but basically just follow the information there, and draw our own version of the map. Yeah. So all right, so town square. The town square is a bustling 60-foot packed earth square at the heart of town, overflowing with visitors. Multiple sideshows and visitor attractions line the square. The attractions are brightly colored, with freshly painted signs and murals decorating the surrounding buildings. Enormous Curling ferns of all shapes and types sprout between the buildings. This must be nice to live here. All right. At least during this time. Census. The smell of sweat, the noise of bustling crowds, vendors shouting greetings and slogans, the sound of children's noisemakers. Okay. And the residents, the permanent residents of Dorset are cosmetically marked with the effects of fey magic. Okay. Humans for harmony. There we go. 2 human residents of Dorset, Dora and Mark, walk around the square in matching green tunics, carrying scrolls and smiling brightly at residents and visitors alike. While characters are exploring the square, Dora and Mark approach them. Dora, which is a human activist, and Mark, also a human activist, are members of a newly created group, Humans for Harmony. It is a small organization that encourages human and fey cooperation. Nice. All right. A new and small organization that encourages human and fey cooperation. They create petitions to protect human and fey areas to promote harmonious living. Currently, the two are seeking signatures and for a petition that would create a protected area around the Moonwell portal to preserve the native flora and fauna and discourage human interference. Dora and Mark seeking signatures for their petitions. Okay, let's put them here. Dora and Mark. They don't have last names? Okay. Members. Human activists. And members of the Humans for Harmony. Alright, what else do we have? What do they know? Dora and Mark believe in peaceful coexistence between humans and Fae, protecting the unique area where the Feywild and material plane overlap is vital and could lead to valuable discoveries. Fairy Petting Zoo. The establishment uses Fae critters for sideshow entertainment. Dora suspects they are keeping the critters against their will. See, this is what I've been afraid of. Oh no. All right. Okay. But they don't have proof. She circulated a petition to have them released but did not encourage signatures. Okay. Fairy ferns. This establishment harvests ferns from the area surrounding the Moonwell portal. Arlo Hillwell. Arlo is a local farmer who has been organizing an anti-Fae resistance known as the Alliance of Concerned Citizens. Alright. Alliance of Concerned. Alright. What a fascist. I don't know. These people. All right. What was it again? All right. An anti-Fae resistance group. Okay. And then most residents are not interested as they are making good money from the carnival, but Arlo has gathered a small group of followers. Okay. Next. Scene C. Fairy Petting Zoo. Alright, please don't do anything bad to the Fae animals. That's what I'm afraid of. The Fairy Petting Zoo is a sideshow featuring captured Fae creatures. Oh, man. What's wrong with you humans? Why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep messing up the good stuff? Alright. Admission is free. It's free, so why do this? Alright. The fairy petting zoo is in a small 30 by 40 foot building in a town square. Alright. The exterior features brightly colored murals, a teal rabbit with a unicorn horn. Ah man, what do you call those? I forgot. What do you call that? Almirage. There you go. Yeah. And then what else do we have? So a teal Almirage, a small black cat with a pair of bat wings, a fox with stegosaurus plates. Oh man. And a small multicolored jellyfish are among the animals pictured. A red curtain covers the entrance to the building. Inside, the area is partitioned into 3 small sections. Iron cages filled with earth. Within each cage is a single fey critter, similar to the paintings on the building, curled up on top of the earthen circle. It is in the far section, a small flying fey jellyfish is chained to the wall. As visitors walk up, they pose next to the jellyfish and an artist sketches their portrait for the cost of 3 silver pieces each. All right. All right, let's think about this. Let's try to be, let's not go to conclusion right away. All right. Cuz we have zoos here in the real world, right? And some of the zoos, like animal zoos that we have, was created to protect animals, right? And what else? I'm running out of like the pros of having an animal zoo. All right. Even if I say like it's meant to like educate the young about animals, I don't think having a zoo is the right way of doing that. What are the pros of having an animal zoo aside from protecting endangered animals? Yeah. All right. But we go there, right? We still go there, so I can't really. I feel bad that this is happening, but I know that there was a time that once, twice, probably even more, we've actually went to the zoo and enjoyed going to the zoo, right? So now, but we were young, we were kids, but now we're old. Still, like we see what's wrong here, and then we compare it to real life stuff, and we don't think it's that bad, or we do think it's that bad, but we just ignore it. So I'm trying to apply that way of thinking into this setting, and that's probably how the people in Dorset thinks as well, right? Okay. The air smells dank, the sound of chains rattling, the soft sound of labored breathing. All right. Creatures and NPCs. We have Harold Humphrey, a critter keeper. Zoos can promote awareness and educate children. Yeah. So the educate children part, I see that. But is that the best way of educating children about animals? Right? Like, for the sake of you, young human, learning about lions, let me capture some lions for you and put them here in this cage. So the only benefit that I'm seeing right now about having animal zoos is, yeah, to protect endangered species and take care of those animals that are, you know, had some unfortunate things happen to them. Like you know, like little birds who lost their parents and you had to feed them and all that stuff. Something like that. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about like the politics and the ethical uh standards for having a animal zoos. Sometimes rescues happen and animals would have died in the wild but can no longer leave captivity. Happens. Yeah. So these are valid reasons for having a zoo, but we all know that's not the case for half or even majority of the animals in zoos, right? That you see in animal zoos. So anyway, go back here. Harold Humphrey. Who's Harold? Critter keeper at the Fairy Petting Zoo. Beckons visitors to enter the establishment. He wears a tattered sports coat, recently bedazzled with shimmering costume gems to resemble a large cockatiel. I forgot what this bird looks like. Oh, the one with kind of like the punk feather thingy. I forgot. Yeah, nice. All right. Half of his face is covered in cloudy green scales which shimmers in the sunlight. Nice. Harold wants to make money off of the establishment and does not care about the well-being of the critters. Why, human? Why? Why do this? We're supposed to like the Moonshae Isles. Alright, but the writer is showing us the true colors of the folk. Not everyone is nice. Okay. Anyway. What does he know? Several of the critters are in failing health. A handful have died, which he buried in the backyard of his home. The latch cages are made of iron, which the critters have a negative reaction to. The critters he chains up for photos die rather quickly, likely due to direct exposure to the iron chains. Luckily, he had a brilliant idea of placing earth in the center of the cages, which prolongs the lifespan of the critters, though it does not stop their eventual death from the iron exposure. You know how you can easily make the adventurers hate an NPC? Make that NPC harm cute animals. Oof. Encounter. As Harold shows visitors around the establishment, he pokes at critters that are lying limply in the cages with a small iron wand. Alright. Which causes them to flinch in pain. Visitors ooh and ahs as the animals move. A nature check reveals that the fey creatures are injured by iron. Oops. While a animal handling check allows the character to soothe one of the creatures. Each cage is locked and can be picked with a dexterity check. Make them Tiger King. Oh no. Oh. Yep. Fey Tiger Harold. Alright. When Harold reaches the final section of the building, he yanks on the chain of the jellyfish to make it move into the position for a picture as it shakes in pain. He heartlessly stabs it with iron wand as it lets out a pain moan, transforming into a form of dark, inky jellyfish. It's a cloaker. All right. or it uses the cloaker stats. It strikes out at Harold in self-defense as he continues jabbing at it. If we intervene, which I think we will, like 90% chance we will, have them roll initiative and resolve the combat. The jellyfish attacks only on self-defense, and no, we're not gonna attack the jellyfish. We're gonna attack Harold. I use this action to dodge or disengage. If we do not intervene, the jellyfish knocks Harold out, turns back into its previous form, and collapses to the ground dead. Oh my god. We were so happy. Like episode 1 and at the start of episode 2. What's going on? If the characters intervene in the jellyfish's defense and release it, it turns back into its healthy, multicolored form. It begins to follow the characters who help it around, gloaming into their head like a hat or floating by their side. That one character receives the story award, Critter Keeper. Oh, that is nice. All right. We'll look at that later in Appendix 8. We can also do persuasion or intimidation check to make Harold change his ways and shut down the establishment. All right. So no killing Harold. Characters may also work with the Humans for Harmony group to petition for the establishment to be closed. All right, Harold didn't do good, so gotta be punished for what you've done. But I have a feeling if we describe this part, a lot of adventurers will just go out and beat up Harold. What else? What else we have? Fun with fairies. A brightly covered wagon sits near the exit of the town square. A young female human with blue, purple, and pink hair stands beside it. Oh, that's cool. A banner that says Fun with Fairies hangs on the wagon. Area information. This sturdy farm wagon has been repurposed with fresh benches inside to seat visitors. The floor is covered with fresh hay, which glimmers with a colorful sheen. Colorful ribbons hang from the sides of the wagon. Various names scrawled on them. Investigation check reveals the writing on most ribbons is identical, handwritten by Delilah when the business first started to encourage more visitors to purchase ribbons. Oh, it's a scam. Or it's a marketing tactic. Okay. We have Delilah. Human Wagoneer is a who runs wagon rides to the Moonwell. All right. In Rushdown Wood. Which depart every hour. She also sells small colored ribbons, 1 silver piece, which visitors can write their names on and tie to a tree in the sacred grove surrounding the portal. If they take the tour, we go to bonus objective A. All right, we'll go to the tour. Or we'll go with the tour. Delilah is interested in recruiting visitors to take the Moonwell Portal tour. Yeah, that's her business. Delilah has seen unusual happenings in the grove, though she will not tell visitors these stories because it will affect her business. But with persuasion check, we learn the following: there's a strange mist have been seen near the portal. Though nothing bad has ever happened, the tours end quickly when the mist rolls in. Oh man, are you going to Barovia? She swears that she has seen shapes moving within the mist. Oh no, I think this is the Barovian mist. Usually in the shape of monsters, but humanoid on one occasion. Werewolves, lycanthropes. Um, the idea for the ribbons came from an old story told by Kerma Hillwell. She said that villagers used to hang ribbons in spiritual groves in Rushdown Wood, though Delilah does not remember why. Guards from Ker Caladir patrol the area around the Moonwell portal. Visitors cannot access that. Alright, before we go to scene E, we're gonna jump to bonus objective A because we want to learn more about these myths, right? So let's go there. Oh, we have some portraits. Here we go. You're a dream, like everything else. Kelly Crane. Nevermore. Yeah. Okay. In this episode, the characters visit the Moonwell portal in Rushdown Wood, where they investigate the strange mist that have filled the area and discover vestiges, oh boy, of their own nightmares lurking in the woods. After confronting their nightmares, they meet the Lady of the Mist and have the opportunity to gain both a valuable ally and information about the coming army. Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. We have that shadow dragon to be worried about. Anyway, so what is our bonus objective here? So the traveling to the Moonwell portal, facing their own fears, speaking with the Lady of the Mist. Okay, that's what we need to do. Rushdown Wood contains dense trees reaching to a height of 50 feet. Oh, those are tall trees. 50 feet tall. With interlacing branches that begin 7 feet off the ground. The earth is moist and soft. Footfalls are eerily silent. Large ferns sprout from the forest floor. As the characters approach the Moonwell portal, a milky white mist rolls through the forest. Milky white mist. I'm trying to imagine it. It's really white, like super light gray. All right. Obscuring the ground. Swirling shapes and shadows are seen through the mist out of the corner of one's eyes, only to disappear when looked at directly. Okay. All right, let's go to the grove. The wagon arrives at the circular grove of trees. The boughs hung with hundreds of colorful ribbons. Upon close inspection, many of the ribbons have names or small pictures inscribed on them. Large ferns sprout from the ground. Scene B. We go to the portal. A glowing orange portal. I think the color was not mentioned before, unlike on previous adventures. So now we see it as orange. So an orange portal 5 feet in diameter is visible at the top of a 10-foot tall mound. A group of human guards bearing the insignia of Ker Caladir guards the entrance. The guards will not allow characters to move within 15 feet of the portal, and if approached, they move into a defensive formation and order characters to back up. The leader of the guard, Lena Dresden, okay, leader of the Ker Caladir guards. Okay. Is a dark-skinned human woman in her mid-30s with golden threads woven into her dreadlocks and a sharp jawline, quick wit. Okay. The guards protect the portal at all costs. They will not allow any creature to pass through the portal. Should combat break out, the guards are treated as champions. Oh, they are. Alright, they're not the commoner guards. These are like skilled fighters, like super skilled. They're champions. Alright. They're the perfect guards for the not the perfect guards, but they're like strong enough. If I'm the High King, I look at my soldiers, the knights that I have, the guards that I have, those that have champion stats, those are the ones that I will send to guard the portal in case something nasty comes out from the other side. 6 Kerkaldir guards are present, 6 champions. Additional Eladrin Temerity Bay guards, also champions, come through the portal until the characters are subdued. Nice. They are non-lethally knocked out and return to Dorset. As long as the guards do not believe the characters are trying to pass through the portal, they will happily share information with them. Alright, so what do they know? The other side of the portal is protected by guards from Temerity Bay, which we learn more from the previous adventure. They have not seen anyone pass in and out of the portal other than fey critters in several Tendae. They were stationed here 1 week after the portal opened, and several rifts opened to various planes when the portal was first created. But they were quickly closed by a group of adventurers with the assistance of Fae. Liana has heard rumors that strange, shadowy creatures fled from the rifts of into Rushdown Wood before they were closed. But Liana doesn't put any stock into the stories. An insight check reveals that her men seem nervous. Champions. All right? These are champions and they're nervous and are constantly eyeing the moving mist with trepidation. If asked, one of the younger recruits, Billy Tantrum, all right, Billy, why is her name not in bold? A young guard. Station Moonwell in. Okay. Billy Tanner admits not having seen shapes moving in the mist, some of which took the shapes of giant spiders. Other soldiers have similar stories but have seen all different creatures: cobras, dragons, ghouls, and more. How did you identify that it was a ghoul if you only saw the silhouette through the mist? If the characters succeed on a persuasion check on Liana while she is away from her men, she will admit she has seen the image of a young girl, her now deceased sister Amalia. Oh boy. Wandering the mist, but was too afraid to confront it. Okay. Had a sister named Amalia. An insight check tells the characters that these forces are taking the form of the soldiers' greatest fears and nightmares. An arcana check reveals that some creatures have this ability, such as those from the Shadowfell. Nightmares in Scene C. As we explore the area, they begin to see silent shapes moving within the mist. They take the forms of hulking monsters, dark memories, fears, and the nightmares of the adventurers. Though these images are at first fleeting, the longer the characters remain in the clearing and the further they stray from the path, the more real and solid the images become. These phantasmal vestiges are the vestiges of nightmares from the Shadowfell. They latch onto living creatures are not leaving, they're alive, living creatures, distorting their sense of reality and drawing upon their fears, which they use to trap the creature within an illusory nightmare of their own making. See the Phantasmal Vestiges sidebar for more info. Sure, give us more info. Phantasmal Vestiges are incorporeal spirits from the Shadowfell and that feed on the darkest fears of mortals by creating phantasmal illusions of the creature's greatest fears to incapacitate them while the phantasmal vestiges drains their life force. You know what? Let me copy that. Okay, let me just fix this real quick. Okay. The phantasmal illusion is similar in effect to the spell Phantasmal Force. The illusion is tailored to their target's greatest fear and is only perceivable to the target. The phantasmal includes sounds, temperature, and other stimuli, also evident only to the creature. While a target is affected, the target treats the phantasmal as it were real. The target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. Alright, we're gonna skip the example part. While the target is trapped within the phantasm, takes necrotic damage at the start of its turn. And for each round, the damage is increased by 1d6 to a maximum of 6d6. Wow, this is a strong nightmare. If the character is dropped to 0 hit points, and by taking such damage and is not killed, they lose all memory of the fear which incapacitated them, as the phantasmal vestige consumes it entirely. Okay. Character with a fear of spiders would have no such fear and may even find spiders pleasant or at worst neutral. Well, this is good to cure phobias then. After which the phantasmal vestige disappears into the mist, having had its fill of terror. It's gonna be painful. You're not gonna die from the experience, but it's gonna be painful. But if you survive that pain, you're gonna be cured of your phobia. All right. So if you're afraid of sharks, afraid of spiders, or if you're afraid of sharks but you have to go to the beach, and you really want it gone, keeps on bothering you, that feeling keeps on bothering you, you can go to the Moonwell in Rushdown Woods, find the mist, the Milky White mist, and they will try to consume your phobia. As characters travel through the forest, a phantasmal vestige latches onto each of them. Have them roll initiative and act in turns. This is a great opportunity for storytelling. Oh, I like this. As you describe how each character's fears manifest and give them the role-playing opportunity to describe how they react to and attempt to overcome their fears. Once a character breaks out of their illusion, they can quickly locate another party member and try to help them break their illusions. A character who breaks out of their illusion may see any of the following: a shadowy figure latch onto another party member, drawing their life force through their eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. A bear made entirely of mist break through the forest, lashing at one of the shadowy figures and driving it away. Alright, this is actually one of Lady of the Mist's guardians. A brief glimpse of the phantasmal illusions. Okay. Once the characters have escaped their phantasmal vestiges, see the nature spirits made of mist. Bears, elk, giant flying trout, wolves, driving the phantasmal vestiges off further into the forest. They are approached by the Lady of the Mist shortly after. Okay. If we want combat, then we can have them as shadow demons instead. Okay. Beyond the Mist. What do we have here? After the characters have freed themselves from the nightmares and driven the creatures off, they're approached by the Lady of the Mist, who controls the Mist Guardians that protect the forest and help to fight off the nightmares. Oh, she's a nice person. She's not an enemy. Lady of the Mist is... Alright, let me just copy paste this real quick. Alright, the Lady of the Mist, less commonly known as Mera. Okay. Also known as Mera. Is a good aligned fae who recently traveled to the Moonshae Isles. She acts as a guardian of the Moonworld portal and the fae living near it. Mera seeks primarily to preserve and protect the ferns and fae critters within Rushdown Wood. Oh, please don't go to the petting zoo. She scares away human threats and phantasmal vestiges alike using her illusory mist guardians. And she knows the following. Let's find out. The monsters within the mist are illusionary creatures of her own creation. She used them to drive away those that seek to harm the ferns or fae critters within the forest. The shadowy creatures are phantasmal vestiges from Shadowfell. They arrive here when the planar rifts opened some time ago, though they have now been sealed. She has been doing her best to fight them off, but they've been growing in number. She fears that they may be related to a larger Shadowfell presence, though she does not know where it may be emanating from. 2 individuals have stolen fae flora and fauna from the grove. She wants them brought to justice. Okay. A man with a green-scaled face and a glittering coat stole fae critters away in the night. That's what's that guy's name? Harold. Alright. A short man with bright pink feathers in his hair comes regularly to harvest ferns. She has tried to scare him away before, and he now only takes ferns from the edge of the forest. The other side of the portal is guarded by fae guards from Temerity Bay. There's no chance that the characters could pass through. The fae are wary of the portal's existence, fearing possible incursions of political attacks from humans. Oh, you're right. You're right about that. If asked, Mera says that she does not know of a way to close the portal, an ancient magical ritual that ties the Moonworld back to the Earth itself, though it requires magical artifact that has been lost. Oh, she does know a way. Okay. If humans cannot learn to respect the fae flora and fauna, Mera fears it portends ill for fae and folk relations, and that it may be best if the portal is closed. However, she hopes that it may yet remain open. How can we win her allegiance if we stop Harold Humphrey from taking fae critters and stop Karen Glimwire from harvesting fae ferns? She becomes friendly towards the party and assists us in the final battle. Okay. Stretch here. There's a lot happening here. Okay. And then we go back once the tour is over. Remember that we went here through Delilah, right? We went to the Fun with Fairies tour guide or tour ride rather, right? And then are there more? Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of it. Okay. Let's keep going. All right. Hydrate. Yeah. All right. I did not expect that this will be long. All right. It's fun though. I think it's a fun adventure. It was fun at the beginning, and then it got a little bit dark once we got to the critters, and then now we have the Lady of the Mist that I thought is like an enemy sent you to Barovia. It's actually a nice person who's trying to protect us from the nightmares from Shadowfell. Alright. The Foxy Fairy. It's a boutique store. That's probably where Chaos Hammer is at right now. He said he's going shopping, so probably here. The Foxy Fairy is a 20 by 30 foot building with circular windows lined with red velvet curtains. The room is dotted with display stands featuring flimsy, flouncy garments made of velvet, lace, and silk. Oh, that's nice. All right. Displayed are a set of gossamer. I don't know what that is. What is that? How do you say that?
Gossamer.
Gossamer. Yeah, okay. I got it right. Which is something light, delicate. It's a stout shell. Okay. When I Googled image, I saw like a Looney Tunes character. Okay. Um, Gossamer wings. All right, crowns, pointed ear extension, and other fairy costumes. Oh, this is bad, right? Each piece costs between 5 silvers to 5 gold pieces. Is this not like we do it here in the real world? Like pointed ears, wings, and fairy outfits, because this is it's fiction, right? But here in Dorset, the fairies are real, and they sell like pointed ear extensions and make you look like a fairy. I thought it's just like a trade of like fabrics and designed clothes, things like that, right? Um, but they're gonna make you to like look like a fairy. Okay. A pair of ornate short swords are on display, which have been altered by fame magic, causing them to turn multi-hued and glow slightly. It's not well. It's yeah, it is cosplay, but you're cosplaying a real creature, right? Is that okay? I'm thinking if I'm just I might just be overthinking it. I'm trying to get an exam. I'm trying to find an example, but I might get canceled, and then that means we don't have any stream anymore tomorrow onwards. So I'm just I'm just gonna be a bit careful here. I've tried to take it away. Yeah. Ill one. All right, it's called mimicry, not cosplay in this context, because that things actually exist. Yeah. Like it's okay to cosplay a samurai. Yeah, so the armor. Yeah, so if we go with the samurai route, okay. Sure. Okay, so you have that cultural appropriation thing and all that stuff. You have a pros and cons for that. We're not gonna talk about that. The thing that I'm concerned about is where is that? The pointed ear extensions. Because here you start to go with the physical attributes of of this living creature that exists in this world, right? Yeah. So if what else? All right. So that may be a problem for us. It's okay if here and in real life it's okay for us to have pointed ears because these pointed ear creatures don't exist. They're fiction, and we can do that. Uh, but people doing this for fun, for people that really exist, that is my concern. All right. Okay. So imagine, uh, where's my Greg leg extension? So imagine, uh, just uh, can also be a static choice. So I think it's fine. Or Fey grasshopper legs. Okay, okay. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I am overthinking it. Okay. I can be easily convinced. Okay. So where are we? Creatures, NPCs. Zir, which is a tiefling tailor, is a sarcastic, charming teenage tiefling with curled red horns and pale purple skin, runs the store. He has a small tongue piercing, and his fingernails are emerald green, affected by Fey magic. Oh, that is like a cool Fey magic effect. I want my fingernails to be green. All right. Emerald green. All right. And the store is owned by his parents, who are well-known master tailors in Waterdeep. Oh, Zir is a talented tailor and offers alterations at a fee, which is 2 silver pieces, which is not bad, right? Parents are from Waterdeep. And just wants to sell his wares and hearing any interesting gossip. What does he know? Zir traveled to Alaron 2 weeks after the opening of the portal to set up shop and profit from the incoming tourism in the area. Zir wants the portal to be kept open as it is good for business. Arlo Hillwell has been causing trouble for business lately and has been holding anti-Fey protests in the town square. What I want to know is, we opened this portal 1 month ago, right? Or around that time. How did that news of a new portal reach the Sword Coast or Waterdeep? Who snitched? Or who gave that information that this portal now exists, and then people from Waterdeep started coming here, right? And it was as early as 2 weeks since the portal opened. Okay. Fairy ferns. A small stand displaying ferns. Oh, this is the other one that the Lady of the Mist wants us to close down. This stand displaying a sign of carved in the shape of a fern with the words "Fairy Ferns" painted on it. Potted ferns, each with different textures, colors, shapes, sizes, are displayed. Ferns cost between 1 silver and 1 gold pieces. Right. Yeah, it's not far, but how did Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, you can easily travel from Sword Coast to the Moonshaes. No problem. But news spread fast. That's what I'm saying. Like in 2 weeks, you have a person that's already in the Moonshaes, have already heard about the portal opening, and then saw like an opportunity to make, money off of it. So it's like when the portal opened in day 1, not a lot of people know about it, but you know, for some reason, somebody went to the Moonshae, went to the Sword Coast, and started spreading that information. Uh, Can't for the life of me remember the parency I wanted for my homebrew race, which is a bioweapon left behind by war, fought for so long ago that no one and no records exist anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay. And maybe let's continue reading this. Maybe we'll jog your memory a bit and remember what that is. Okay. And then you can share it here. All right, where were we? Sunny ferns, 1 silver or 1 gold piece. Each fern is or claims to have different properties, including healing, flavor, and cosmetic effects. The accuracy of these claims are dubious. Okay. But what is? All right. These ferns that we have, it's kind of like I'm thinking more of these like healing gems or healing stones. You know, like different stones have different effects. So you need to buy these kind of stones if you want healing or if you want to attract money, right? You know those things? That's what I'm thinking of. But instead of like lucky stones, you have ferns. Those who eat ferns experience an additional cosmetic change. For cosmetic effects, we go to the lighting part of Appendix 6. Sorry. We go to Appendix 6. Okay. Thought they were same. Kern Glimwire is a human in mid-30s, runs fairy ferns, brown hair, freckles, fair features. His fingertips are black, has a pink feathers in his hair, both effects of fey magic, and has an outwardly sunny demeanor. Okay. Kern is interested in making money by selling fey ferns. His brother Arnett has a chronic illness similar to Crohn's disease. Oh no, which requires expensive medicine. We have a moral dilemma here. This business has been especially profitable and has been the only income large enough to cover his medical expenses. Okay, first, let's put his name here in our notes. Oops. Kern Glimwire. A human restaurateur who runs fairy ferns. Kern has a brother named Arnett who is ill, and that illness is similar to Crohn's disease, which we're gonna Google, or I'm gonna Google right now, so we can be aware as to what this is. Crohn's disease is a type of inflammatory bowel disease. It causes swelling of the tissues in your digestive tract, which can lead to abdominal pains, severe diarrhea, fatigue, weight loss, and malnutrition. Oh no. That's not good. Okay. And what does Kern know? All right. Kern has been collecting ferns from Rushdown Wood. Originally, he collected them close to the Moonwell portal, but he started harvesting farther away after being frightened by a mist monster. He worries he should not take ferns from the forest, but the ferns closest to the portal are especially potent and sells very well. Kern will initially admit to no wrongdoing, but will open up with a persuasion check. To convince him to close the fairy ferns permanently requires a high persuasion or intimidation check. And if they make a sufficiently strong argument, they make the roll with advantage. Okay, right there. Okay. Fairy Croquet. All right, is on the east side of Town Square. Hosts two games that visitors might engage in. Okay. What is that? Yeah, I don't even, I'm not familiar. Oh, it's like, is that polo? Something like that? Polo is with the horse, right? Yeah, so it's like a polo without the horse. Okay. And a series of 9 manicured green lawns dotted with hoops and surrounded by ferns. Okay. Croquet is there's a leaderboard for the course. There's 3 highest scores are listed. Characters can attempt to do acrobatics checks to be the top score. Okay. The prize for coming first place is a large purple owlbear plush. Where are these people in Dorset getting their stuff? Like they got a lot of paint. They're able to get supplies to build all these structures, boots that they need. They got a good marketing team. They got pamphlets over there. So they have a good supply of paper, and then they have like purple owlbear plush as well. This is no ordinary farming village. Driving range. There is a driving range at the edge of the course. A current leaderboard lists the 3 highest scores. The ball which goes the farthest is the winner. We can go with athletics check to beat the current first place holder. Prize is a pair of Gossamer costume fair. You get fairy wings. You win. So you can get a plushie, owlbear plushie. You can get the fairy wings, and then we have the clubs. Altered by the Fey magic, causing them to turn multi-hued and glow. So we have golden mallets. And with an Arcana check, it reveals that these weapons are touched by Fey magic and considered magical for the purpose of bypass. Oh, we could use them as weapons. They can be used as warhammers. Okay. A very bored, disinterested teenage human named Molly works at Fairy Croquet. Okay. Molly has shoulder-length, straight blonde hair and dull gray eyes. The skin on her forehead is turning a pale shade of blue. Kind of like Mystique, right? Molly works a little as possible. I think Molly is me. If I'm working in a carnival, fairy carnival, I'm probably gonna be the same as Molly. She takes extended breaks, poorly concealed behind tall ferns near the entrance. Molly knows the portal is good for business, but she's not invested in the business and doesn't care one way or the other if the portal stays open. Customers have been complaining that fake critters have been roaming the greens, knocking their balls off course. Arlo Hillwell has been advocating to close the portal and get rid of the fake critters. Maybe it's not such a bad idea, right? Scene H, the Fiery Fairy. Is this the buffet area? The Fiery Fairy? I forgot to write Molly. Works at the Okay. As pub occupies one corner of the town square, a fairy-shaped oak sign hangs above the door. This pub is the only restaurant in town, constantly packed with visitors and locals. Its menu features fern-based dishes, with ferns purchased from the fairy ferns. Can you eat fern? Is fern edible? The three most common edible fern species are bracken fern, lady fern, and ostrich fern. What are some fern dishes? Fern dish. Oh, there is a dish. What the? Oh, you can eat it. Oh. Pako? Pako is a fern? What the hell is pako? You can eat anything at least once. That's pako. I'm not a vegetable guy. I'll tell you that. That's why my knowledge about these dishes and what kind of plants you can eat. Pako salad, ensaladang pako. What is? All right. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the Google images. They look good. With like salted egg. Not as nice. And like freshly cut tomatoes, but I don't know what that fern is. All right. Pako or pako? And all right. Okay. Anyway, pako. Oh, pako. First one is pako. Second one is pako. Which one is correct? Pako. So it's pako, right? You say it's pako. Pako. Oh no. Pako. We'll move on. But yeah. You know what? I'm gonna ask tomorrow. We'll try to find some of these ensaladang pako. No, pako. I can't pronounce. I don't know the right pronunciation for it. Anyway, driving range. What do we have? The driving range at the edge of the course. A current leaderboard. But yeah, if you haven't Googled it, Google image. Where was that? Ensaladang pako. Pako will meet your dietary iron. If you're a Fae, yeah, Pako, yeah, because Pako is nail. Yeah. We read this already. We read this part. So we have Molly. We're here for the Fiery Fairy. So we have Fern Stew. Smudge Classic One Dark. I thought we have like Eat All You Can. Why are their prices per item? So Fern Stew is 3 silver pieces. Pot Roast is 7 silver. These are expensive, by the way. Ale is 2 silver. Where's my player's handbook? How much is a normal mug of ale? No, the cost for... What happened? Boat building donkey. Where's that cake? A mug of ale is 4 copper pieces. All right. No wonder they have like supplies and They can make plushies. They can make a lot of pamphlets with you have paper and paint, and they can build stuff because everything here in this small farming village is expensive. A gallon of ale is 2 silver pieces. Well, they didn't say that this is just a mug. If this is a mug of dark ale, then that's expensive. But if it's a gallon of dark ale, then it's normal price. Let's see, what else do we have? A stew is 3 silver pieces. It's like a modest price. Okay. So you have like a modest restaurant, modest lifestyle restaurant in a small farming village south of Cair Caladir. Okay. Grilled fern and fig salad for yeah, salad for 4 silver pieces. You know, like when you go on your first quest, you get like 50 gold and then you have to split it with your party mates, get like 10 gold pieces, and then you eat a salad for 4 silver pieces. All right. In a 10 day, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna need another job. You pay for the experience. All right. Okay. But people are happy here. Is it the sound senses, the sounds of clinking glasses, laughter, chatting, the smell of ale, stew, and old wood. All right. I thought it's a buffet though. Eat all you can. You pay once, and then you get unlimited. If it's 2 silver pieces for unlimited dark ale, then that is a steal. All right. I don't know. Wait. Can you drink like a gallon of ale? Can you drink more than a gallon of ale without getting hammered? All right. The establishment is managed by Nor Granspar. All right. Which is a halfling pub owner. All right. Owner of Fiery Fairy. Okay. Nor is interested in running his pub, nothing more, nothing less. Business has boomed since the Moonwell portal opened. 4 copper pieces McDonald's salads versus 4 Michelin star salad. Yeah. It's crazy. Seriously expensive. Let's see though. If it's like a eat all you can, then the price might be justified. Nor purchases ferns from fairy ferns as they draw in more business from visitors. Ferns taste different to each person. Oh, because these are like fey in origin. Flavors include rosemary, umami, like pure umami, because that's gonna be different. Nutmeg, garlic, fish sauce, and but man, this author knows fish sauce and uses fish sauce. She knows what she's writing. Yeah, she's good. Those who eat ferns immediately experience a cosmetic change. Okay. Over the last. Yeah, okay, brother, to try and charge Michelin star price for buffet, bro. No, I mean, 2 silver pieces for unlimited ale, right? That's a good price. But my concern is because the normal price for ale is 2 silver pieces per gallon. So for you to be able to take advantage, I'm thinking like an Asian, normal Asian stereotype where we go to buffet not to enjoy but to make sure we get our money's worth. All right. That's the stereotype here. So when you eat a buffet, you don't eat rice. You make sure you go to the most expensive dish. If you're paying like $10 for a buffet, then you make sure you get all the shrimps, right? Yeah, or whatever's like the expensive dish they have there, and make sure you get like more than $10 worth of food. Yeah, that's how it is. Then you experience joy. That's how you enjoy. That's how we enjoy it. Lobster, shrimps, crabs. Yeah, that's what we go for first. Don't eat rice. Okay, so if you're here in the Philippines, you go on a buffet. One tip there is, two tips actually. One is don't eat rice because that'll make you full right away. Second is slow down on the unlimited drinks. Most of the time, it's like unlimited iced tea. All right, because hello gout, yeah. So, and then go for the most expensive dishes first. Make sure you get your money's worth. All right, or else you're gonna hear it from the people that you're with, the locals that you're with. All right. Okay. Anyway, going back. Mystery. Oh, there's something happening here. Over the last 3 days, the fiery fairy has been experiencing strange occurrences. Like what? Cuts of meat and cutlery have gone missing. Dishes fall and break. Pranks have been played on guests, like shoelaces being tied together. Nor ask characters to find the culprit. Ask us to find the culprit, offering a reward of 2 multi-hued daggers. Oh, we get like glow sticks. All right. These daggers have been altered by Fey magic, causing them to turn multi-hued and glow slightly. An Arcana check reveals that these weapons are touched by the Fey and are considered magical for the purpose of bypassing resistances. A Quasit. The Quasit has the ability to turn invisible, named Xral, was sent by Gloomshade to spy on the village and report useful information, which can be used in the invasion. Xral is currently asleep on the sack of flour in the pantry. With a perception check, we notice the sound of the Quasit snoring, and with investigation check, locate several tiny flour coated claw prints on the bar. If confronted, with a persuasion check, will convince Thrall to tell characters about Gloomshade, his army, the Accord with the Great Gark, and their plan to invade the town. Wow! So you get, for you to get like what's going on, you need to find this Quasit. Because the Quasit is the one that will drop the info that you actually need. Thrall does not know when the invasion will occur. Like a lot of like the enemy's plan will be revealed by Thrall if you find the Quasit. From the Shadowfell, sent by Gloomshade. Okay. Are there more? I think there are more. Okay. There's more stuff. This is a big place. Okay. Scene I. What do we have here? The farmer's market. Oh, this is where we meet Arlo Hillwell. Okay. Arlo Hillwell, a local farmer, has gathered a crowd in the farmer's market where he's preaching anti-Fae sentiments and rallying support. Do you think the best place to get more people to join your cause is in the market? The farmer's market? Not the square? Or the welcoming booth area? Let's see. Let's read more what we have here on this section. The farmer's market consists of several wooden stalls set beneath the awning. A dozen farmers display their wares, which are altered by fey magic permeating the area. They sell watermelons with blue flesh. Oh, blue watermelons. That's awesome. Tiny pumpkins. That's great. Floating strawberries. You dip them in like chocolate, liquid chocolate, and then they float. That's great. Enormous cashew nuts. Corn that tastes like strawberries. Corn that tastes like strawberries. Alright, so you have like steak and corn, but the corn tastes like strawberries and cream. Pink cheese. Okay. And other similar items. I was thinking like the blue milk from Star Wars. Those who eat this produce immediately experience cosmetic change. All right. And the scent of flowers, freshly baked blueberry bread, buttered corn. Oh man, I want some buttered corn. Actually, I haven't had dinner yet. Roasted chicken legs, taste of honey mead, crisp apples and fresh garlic. Man, that's good stuff. All right. I think they forgot. All right, let me go back a bit. Buttered corn with cheese powdered. Oh man, that is good. On like a small cup. Like, but with tiny pumpkins, you just, instead of slicing it, you can just peel off the skin and eat the whole thing. Or you can make like tiny Halloween pumpkin heads, right? Instead of buying the plastic fake ones. Wait. Before we get distracted by other stuff at the farmer's market, we finished reading The Fiery Fairy, but there's no mention of all you can eat. Right? There's no buffet. Did they forget about it? Right? We read everything. There's a mystery, there's a quasit, but there's no mention of the buffet. Let's go back to the sign. Eat up at the Fiery Fairy, the Fairy Carnival's first and only all-you-can-eat buffet. Get your fill of magically delicious ferns too. Blah blah blah. Located near the village square. Yeah, it's a scam. I didn't mention it because they have a menu. Yeah, that is a scam. Because if you go to like a buffet and they give you a menu, then that means it's not a buffet restaurant, and they have a problem, right? Like, you know those restaurants that say like, we have a buffet like every Fridays and weekends, and then the rest, just buy whatever dish you want. So you go on a Friday, and then they tell you, "Oops, sorry, no buffet. You just have to buy like whatever dish you want to eat." So, Fairy Ferns gets a 1 out of 5 review. One for expensive dishes, very expensive drink, because we're gonna assume that it's a 1 mug of dark ale for 2 silver pieces, and then false advertising. Right. I want a buffet. We didn't get a buffet, and this is the only restaurant here in Dorset, so scam. Anyway, going back. Where were we? Farmer's market. Who are we gonna meet here? Arlo. Arlo is a xenophobic and does not trust the fae. There's a lot of xenophobic people here in the Moonshae Isles. He worries fae magic will negatively affect the humans of Dorset, and that fae magic will corrupt the crops and plants, making them unsellable and ultimately destroying farming in the area. Now, let's read it again. Does he have a valid point? Fey magic will negatively affect the humans of Dorset. Okay. Now you can say the price are both. Yep, exactly. Negative. So we don't see the negative effects of the Fey magic yet. We see some cosmetic changes, which can be annoying if you're allergic to cats and then all of a sudden you get cat ears. That's gonna be a problem, right? So I can see this, that it can negatively affect the humans of Dorset, and that Fey magic will corrupt the crops and plants. If you can't sell your stuff, then that's gonna be a problem as well. It affects the business. So Arlo actually has, unless the price list is not per serving but a limited of that item. That's what I was thinking too a while ago. That's what I'm saying. If it's 2 silver pieces for unlimited dark ale, right? But not specified. They didn't say the buffet thing in that section for fairy, fiery fairy. So no. Anyway, Arlo has some valid points, right? It's not because he hates the Fae. It's because the magic of the Fae have negative effects on the lives of the humans living in Dorset. So he has a point. All right, so Arlo wants to close the Moonwell portal for the Fae to be driven out. He's recruiting citizens to his Alliance of Concerned Citizens, Homeowners Association, basically, which he plans to use as a military guerrilla resistance force if need be. Whoa, that escalated quickly. All right. If he's xenophobic, that means he does hate the Fae. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me. So I can properly think of this. Xenophobia, dislike of or prejudice against people from other countries or other places. Yeah. So you hate the people. So you hate. Does that include the animals? Is that like all the fake creatures? Right? But yeah, I can understand. But here, yeah, so he hates the Fae because of their Fae magic and how it's causing problems to the humans in Dorset. Okay. Arlo wants to close the Moonwell portal. Alright, we read that. What does he know? Arlo is generally ignorant about the Fae and the Moonwell portal. He does not know how the portal could be closed. We know a way of doing that. While ranting about the Fae, he may mention his mother, Kerma, distastefully. What about her mother? He finds her affinity towards the Fae disgusting and says that she has always been off. Oh, her mother likes Fae creatures. Okay. He probably got like ignored when he was young or something. Didn't get enough attention, and now he has a problem with the Fae. Hillwell House. Hillwell House is a home to Arlo Hillwell, his mother Kerma Hillwell, and his daughter Susie, age 5. House is not visible from the town square, but any resident can provide directions to the farm. Excuse me. Hillwell House is a small whitewash farmhouse on the northern edge of town, surrounded by 20 acres of potato crops, a barn with a dozen cows, and a chicken coop. This guy is rich, right? 20 acres of potato crops. That's a big piece of land. And then he has a barn with a dozen cows. A dozen. Medieval setting. Medieval fantasy setting. You have your family owns 12 cows. Uh, and you have chicken. Chicken. Potato implies poor soil though, but doesn't matter if you have like 20 acres of land, right? I mean, I'm assuming you can still grow potato in that area, right? There's a small grove of apple trees surrounding that. He has like apple trees, all right? And with a small, shallow porcelain dish placed at the base of each tree. Beneath one of the trees sits a small table top with a miniature tea set. All right, this guy's loaded. All right, the sound of wind rustling through dry leaves. All right, okay. Uh, this family is like rich. If they have apples, they can pick apples and they have chickens. That's very good. Okay. All right. I think we have like a crying dog that wants to get out of the house. All right. It's my neighbor's dog though, so I can't do anything about it. Okay. Anyway. I keep saying anyway. Kerma is visible in the backyard, walking around and collecting several shallow dishes from the ground. She has stark white hair kept in a long fishtail braid and kind sea blue eyes. Oh, I like that. All right. Her skin is tanned and wrinkled with rough calluses from years of farming. She still does it? Kerma is keeping an eye on her granddaughter, Susie. Actually, we didn't write Kerma Hillwell. Kerma Hillwell. Mother of what's his name? Arlo Hillwell has a granddaughter named Susie. Who is having a tea party with several fake critters, a pink puffball with no apparent face, a tiny owl with purple feathers, and a raccoon with silver wings. Nice. I'm surprised that Arlo allows his daughter to play with the Fae. No, because I think Arlo hates it, but Kerma is okay with the Fae. Kerma has like an affinity with the Fae, and since she's the one keeping an eye on her granddaughter, she allows it. Right? Kerma is known as the village storyteller and has always believed that old fairy tales were real. She has always followed the old ways, which appeases the Fae. She tells them the following information. Kerma has felt ill at ease lately, as if great storm looms on the horizon. At night, she dreams she is staring into a deep black shadowfell filled with the cackling of hundreds of unseen creatures. An Arcana or history check verifies that this is the Shadowfell, the native realm of demons. Huh. I don't. This is wrong, right? Abyss is the native realm of demons, at least in the Forgotten Realms lore. Where's my Wikipedia? Shadowfell. It's the demi-plane of shadow. Shadow creatures. There's all the things that live there. All right. Dark Weavers, Nightshades, Shadowk Eyes, Shades, Shadow creatures, Shadowborn, Shadow Mastiffs, Shadow Rakul. Those are the types of creatures that live here in Shadowfell. Alright. But Shadow Demons. There you go. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. If it's just demons, then I think that's a different realm. I'm just checking something real quick. Because I want to know if a Quasit is a demon. It is. It is a demon. Alright. But we're going to assume that that Quasit is a shadow demon. Alright. Alright. So I'm trying to think design-wise. I'm trying to think if the author was writing this adventure with the knowledge of Shadowfell being a realm of demons in mind, and that way using demon monsters, or this is just a typo or like missing some missing words, right? But and then you don't really have a lot of shadow monsters, so I can see you flavoring Quasits into a shadow monster. So, but yeah, just wanna check on that. We also know that the check reveals that demons are resistant to attacks from non-magical weapons. Really? Like, so demons, let me check some demons here. That's a fiend, right? Fiend. All right. I think it's not a typo, because looking at some demon monsters, they are resistant to non-magical weapons. Are shadow monsters resistant to non-magical weapons? Where are some shadow? So a shadow monster. Oh, is also resistant to non-magical attacks. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll give the benefit of the doubt. This is supposed to be shadow demons, not just demons. Placing a bowl of milk outside each night is an old custom meant to appease fairies. Since the portal opened, she has seen many fey critters in her yard enjoying the milk. Humans live alongside Fae long ago. We know this is true because stories were passed down. Kerma hopes the Moonwell portal will remain open. Humans and Fae are meant to live alongside one another. Their skills and temperaments complement each other to create a more harmonious world. Her son Arlo is a bit of a hothead who has never had interest in the Fae. Susie, on the other hand, has a natural affinity for the Fae, like her grandmother. Kerma hopes that she will be a great emissary for the folk and the Fae one day. Oh. Oh. I'll need to put this in the notes. Because for those who don't know, so this is part of the Rising Shadows storyline, right? And the next storyline, the new storyline for the Moonshae Isles, the one that me and Savannah Houston McIntyre are kind of leading, is set 5 years after the Rising Shadows storyline. So if Susie is 7 years old or 12 years old or 11 years old, so she can be from like what 7 plus 5 from 12, so from 12 to 17 right now, right? And so what has happened in those 5 years? And she can probably be used as an NPC or even like a quest giver for future adventures if she survives, which assuming she will, like nothing bad will happen to her. But yeah, she can be like on Fae focused adventures. You need kind of like a intermediary between the humans and the Fae. We can use Susie. Susie Hillwell. There you go. Should put the name here. Susie Hillwell. Okay. If asked, Kerma can tell characters the lore behind hanging ribbons on a tree. Yes, which is what? The ribbons alert folk to danger so that they do not enter haunted or spiritually active areas. If the ribbons stir, it signals the presence of the spirits. Oh, this is good stuff. Where's the mom though? That is a good question. Actually, I wanna this one. Placing a bowl of milk outside each night is a custom meant to appease the fairies. Yes. So that's good because that means in future adventures I can use these information. They see a ribbon, they're in the forest, ribbon attached on a tree trunk, and then it starts to stir, starts to move, and that means that there are spirits nearby, or the place is haunted. So cool stuff. The stone has oh, sorry. If the characters listen to Kerma's story, she gives them a smooth, lucky river stone. Oh, we were just talking about lucky stones. The stone has an aura of abjuration magic. With an Arcana check reveals that any demon attacking the bearer of the stone has disadvantage on its attack rolls. The stone magic fades at the end of this adventure. That bowl of milk thing is an IRL Fae tradition, if I remember correctly. Oh, I'm assuming, yeah, they're just like the author is just getting like inspiration from like real life stuff. So, and then the last location that we have here, part 2, is the battle looms or last scene rather. So use this scene when you are ready to advance to the next episode, either bonus objective B, which is what we're doing first, and then episode 3. All right. Olivia Arinur is a young adult human and powerful diviner who originally appeared in Moon6-1, to portend the opening of the Moonwell portal. Recently, she has set up a small fortune teller stand in a town square. Really? She has a sideline. Alright. And she hands out ironic and sarcastic fortunes to oblivious visitors. It's free, so alright, not a sideline. Just us. She offers the characters a free reading. Okay, so she does have a sideline. What does she know? Olivia grips a character's hand, experiences a powerful vision, Olivia sees hundreds of shadows pouring forth from the Moonwell portal, portending the arrival of a nightmarish shadow dragon, like in the fair height range that the dwarves had to fight. The invasion occurred as the sun was setting, and she correctly believes this invasion will happen today, at sunset. After experiencing the vision, Olivia informs the characters of what she saw. Wow, that was fast. Okay. That can be like a movie. Like, it's the end of the world, but you only have like 3 hours before that happens. So what do you want to do? So if you're using bonus objective B, there are 2 hours and 2 hours, not even 3 hours, 2 hours until sunset, leaving the town with a short time to prepare for the oncoming war. Olivia invites the characters to attend an emergency town council meeting and then depart to gather the meeting attendees. If we're not using bonus objective B, the sun is setting as we receive the news. All right, that means we have only 10 minutes in game time. Okay. We're not going to go to episode 3 yet because we're going to go first to the bonus objective. Here we go. Bonus objective B. What do we have here? I saw portraits now that you're watching it. Oh, nice. Okay. You're done shopping. Alright, so this is the bonus objective. If you're extending this adventure into 4 hours, this is what we have. Be cunning and full of tricks, and your people will never be destroyed. Richard Adams, Watership Down. In this episode, the characters meet the local leaders and interested parties to determine how do we defend Dorset. All right, we got some rich people here. We got the fairy carnival ongoing, and then you have some farmlands that you have to protect. The town council hall is a 30 by 40 foot wooden structure with 10-foot ceiling. It was designed years ago to house the residents of Dorset in a crisis, and has seen no updates since. A foreboding wind blows through the cracks in the walls. Alright. The room is packed with a variety of individuals, many of which are recurring characters from 6.1 and 6.2. Okay. Which we'll look at later at the NPCs. Alright, scene A. When the characters arrive, the NPCs are discussing what is to be done about the foretold army. Present at the meeting are Verna Flaxmere, Arlo is here, Olivia, Marin, Saliquan. Who's Marin? I forgot who Marin is. Is she here? Nope, Marin is not here. Who is Marin? Marin, I forgot who Marin is. Temerity Bay, High King, Asherall, Antola Park. We have Olivia. Olivia is the diviner. Raywall is the other one. Who is Marin Saliquelin? Oh, I heard that name before. Humans for Harmony, Ashoral, Zanzantuk. Oh, Zanzantuk is the what do you call this? The druid. The druid with the bears, right? That's Zanzantuk and Firefly. All right. Oh, nice. Zanzantuk is here. I like Zanzantuk. All right. Several of the NPCs have differing opinions about how the situation should be handled and debate back and forth. However, they are open for input from us, and persuasive arguments from the players should decide the outcome. If necessary, you may use persuasion check to determine the outcome of each point. Ultimately, we must be something must be decided. So fight or flight. Do Control Shift F in Sublime to search folders. You can search the root for names and find them. Okay, that's what I want to do. Control Shift F, find Marin. 0 matches. So we didn't we didn't look at it. Can we do that? Can we do it here? Control Shift F. All right, we have no information about Marin. It's at the bottom. No, it says 0 matches. Am I being dumb again? Where am I looking at? Oh, find in folder. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not showing in the it's not showing in the stream. Where is it? Where's my notepad? There you go. Yeah, but yeah, it's here. But I have to make it look like this. Yeah. Yeah, but when I search the folder, I don't see it. Okay, going back. Where were we? We have her last name. Yeah, I remember the name too. Where were we? Going back. Okay, let's find Salaquin. 0. Why didn't we write this? Searching 15 files for Salaquin. Yeah, there's 9. No. Find in folder. Nothing. I'm pretty sure that they'll be in the NPC section, so we'll look at that later. I feel when you forgot to write them down. Yep. Typical DM problem. Yep. Several of the NPCs have we read that already. So fight or flight. Fight. A majority of individuals believe that we must stand and fight. Those are fate aligned know that the great Gark is evil and argue he must be defeated. The council will decide to fight regardless of the character's input. Flight. Some NPCs, notably Arlo Hillwell, believe that they should flee the invasion and wait for the armies from Kaer Caladir to arrive and fight, or hope for the other Fey armies will arrive to defend the portal, which is unlikely. However, the villagers must certainly be overtaken. The villagers will certainly be overtaken as they fled, and it could take days for reinforcements from Kaer Caladir to arrive. The armies of Kaer Caladir are also currently weakened and will be unlikely to defeat the invasion. So we don't really have a choice, right? I mean, you've given us a choice, but if we choose the other one, it's bad. We don't have more than one good choice here. So we just have to fight if you want to survive. In terms of location, the village, the characters may choose to make their final stand in the village or in the forest near the Moonwell portal. If we do it in the village, if they make a stand here, the villagers may be able to assist in battle. They have no fortifications, but barriers and other defenses may be quickly erected. However, this option risks direct destruction of Dorset, the village, and injury to the villagers. forest near the portal. If we do the stand in the forest, then we may be able to prevent the forces from invading or damaging the village, which is what we want to happen. The forest provides additional cover, which may benefit defending troops or allow for guerrilla attacks. I feel like, again, we don't really have a choice here, right? So we go to the forest. Defenses. The character should discuss what type of defenses they will erect. And we have 2 hours to prepare before the army arrives. These are just like mechanical stuff of what to do, what type of traps we can make, and the Moonwell. This point should be touched on and revisited at the end of the module. If the town does... Oh, okay. This point should be touched on and revisited at the end of the... So are we not supposed to read this yet? Or we just have to go through it again at the end of the adventure? All right. I'm gonna go read it, okay? It might ruin a bit of the flow, but it's because I don't understand the instruction. Okay. If the town does survive this battle, what will be done about the Moonwell portal? Is there a way to close it? It should be closed. Okay. Open. If it's meant for the end of the module, why isn't it at the end? That's my question too. What will be done about them? Yeah, I think we need to read this at the end because it says here, what will be done about the Moonwell portal if the town does survive the battle? So I think we need to go back because the fight will happen in episode 3. That's it. Right? Alright, we go back to episode 3. Because I feel like this is what happens after the fight. Okay. No matter how hard you fight the darkness, every light casts a shadow. And the closer you get to the light, the darker that shadow becomes. Plato. Wow, from Avatar to Plato. We're... Okay. In this episode, the characters face the shadowy invasion led by Gloomshade, a young red shadow dragon. Let me just... Give me a second. They mention it there because they're looking for a touchstone, making a point on Moonwell's status during the situation where they're talking about defenses because it's a potential flood. It's gonna come up. Okay. So, where is that? Gloomshade is a young red shadow dragon. Now, remember in MOON6-3 series, with the dwarves. Remember in Fair Height Range, the dwarves got like 3 enemies: the orcs, the dark fae, and then, or basically the Fomorians led by Queen Koname, and then a shadow dragon, right? We had to fight that shadow dragon. Preumbrant, there you go, is the shadow dragon. Let me see if I can open that adventure. Moon3-3. Preumbrant. Is Preumbrant a shadow dragon? Oh, black shadow dragon. Okay. So we fought a black shadow dragon. And now we are gonna be fighting... Oh, that's Moon 2. This one. Moon6-2. This is Moon6-3. All right. Now we're fighting a young red shadow dragon. All right, so we got the black and the red. Black shadow dragon or shadow black dragon? Actually, let's look at the monsters manual. I have I don't have like a portal above me, but there's like a trying to put it there. There's like the books and stuff are there above me. That's why. And then other D&D stuff on the other stuff. And then the notes that you see there on the wall, those are the things that basically I need to write. There. That's what I have. Okay. Now I don't know how to fix the camera again. How do I fix it? We'll just... Alright, we'll just leave it at that, because I don't know how to fix it. We're gonna go to the dragons. Dragon section in Monsters Manual. Dracolich, no, we don't want to make a Dracolich. How to make a dragon shadow. Page 85 of Monsters Manual. The stat name is Young Red Shadow Dragon. So, the size, the age of the dragon, the color, then Shadow Dragon. So this is, so the Young Red Shadow Dragon is correct. So Preumbrand is a young black Shadow Dragon. Okay. Where are we? The Drums of War. Characters must defeat Gloomshade, another Shadow Dragon, and his army from the Shadowfell. Then they must decide whether to leave the Moonwell portal open or close it forever. There are two setting options, the village and the forest. And if bonus objective B has been played, the character's decision will determine which setting is used. If not, use the village setting, as there's no time to prepare before the attack. The village is roughly a circle with a 150 feet radius. The houses are loosely packed with alleyways and back streets accessing the buildings. If bonus objective B has been played, the village contains any defenses that the adventurers have erected during their preparation. Okay. The old growth trees soar 50 feet overhead to create a thick canopy. Low hanging branches begin 7 feet off the ground. We know that. Distance of the portal. Okay. Sounds and smell. The drums of war beat in the distance. The smell of turned wet earth hangs in the air. The feeling of thick mist creates a smothering atmosphere. Alright. Gloomshade. Gloomshade is an intelligent, wrathful dragon. He leads his army through the Moonwell, forcing waves of creatures to travel through first. What is his objective? His goal is to kill everyone in his path and take control of Dorset as a stronghold. Ultimately, he plans to move to Caer Caladir and seize control of the kingdom, using the shadowy vestiges of creatures he kills with his breath weapon to form an army of nightmares. What does he know? Gloomshade forged a deal with the Great Gark, Goblin King of the Feywild. He was promised a foothold in the Feywild in exchange for conquering Alaron. Flavoring the battle. Gloomshade leads an army that is physical embodiment of nightmares, fears, or terror. Each of the creatures is made of amorphous shadow, which change shape to match their enemy's greatest fear. Oh, that's nice. I like that. You're encouraged to reskin the enemies in this combat to match the character's worst nightmare or other great horrors. Waves. Oh no, this is gonna be like multiple wave battle. This battle is comprised of waves. Once a majority of monsters from the previous wave has been defeated. The next wave emerges. Okay. This battle should be difficult and epic with various NPCs battling monsters in addition to the monsters that are we are fighting. Okay. Fey magic weapons. If the characters use any of the weapons touched by the Fey, the multi-hued weapons, they can bypass the monster resistance. Okay. This effect is only active while the weapons are within 10 miles of the Moonwell. Okay. Kerma's Lucky Stone. Yeah, it has that effect. Giving the demons disadvantage on its attack rolls. Wave 1 is some rocks. Flavor suggestion. I want to read this. The rocks appear as fallen angels composed of shadow, ichor, and viscera. Are the screech in their unending. That screeches in unending agony. That is good. I like that. I like that. Just descending, like as the sun sets, like the sky starts to get dark, and then you have these falling angels, like fallen angels descending on the battlefield, and they have like shadow and like Pyrexian oil all over them. Right. Wave 2, I have Hezros. What do they look like? Flavor suggestion. The Hezro appear as enormous shadow dogs driven to madness with rage and hunger, their eyes glowing blood red. So instead of like saliva, right, they have like those glistening oil. They have, or ichor. That'll be nice. I like this. Actually, this is a good writing technique that our author Emily was able to use here. Because this helps the dungeon master kind of reskin and flavor the fight, right? And not all dungeon masters will be able to kind of think of these things, and some fights may fall flat. So having this suggestion here is great, and that's awesome. What's wave 3? Shadow demons. The shadow demons appear as the character's own nightmares. There we go, mirroring their encounter. So like if you're actually afraid of yourself, then you see a shadow version of yourself that you have to overcome. You know, typical anime face off that happens. And then the final wave is this young red shadow dragon that doesn't need any flavor suggestion because it's already a scary dude. Okay. Supreme brand. Then we had Gloomshade. Alaron's being like has like a shadow dragon infestation. If we defeat, there's not a lot of banter or like roleplay with this Gloomshade. So after we fight Gloomshade, we get a javelin of lightning, crackles with energy which changes color to match the mood of the wielder. In lightning bolt form, it transforms into an electrical streak of rainbow lights as it streaks through the air. Nice. Alright. So we're gonna read this, the wrap up, and then we're gonna go back to bonus objective B. After the battle is complete, the NPCs convene another town hall to make a final decision about the Moonwell portal. Each NPC takes time to express their opinions as to what should be done. Asheral describes a legendary stone that, should the need arise, could be used in a ritual to close the Moonwell portal. This stone has been lost for hundreds of years. In actuality, this is the stone possessed by Kerma Hillwell, which she may have gifted to the characters. If Kerma didn't give the characters the stone, she presents it to the council. It's the lucky stone. While Asherle does not have necessarily believed the portal should be closed, she believes it is her duty to present the option to the council, as it is clear now that the Moonworld portal affects the fate of all those living on Alaron as those in the Feywild. While NPCs debate what decisions should be made, they ultimately look to the characters to make that decision. Should the portal be closed, it is clear that this can only be done once. As such, this is the final decision that will greatly affect the future of this region. If we close the portal, though, then everything that the diviners told us will be for nothing. Right? Like, their goal is like this diviner from where is she from? From the Outlands, Olivia actually went and speak to the High King and says we need more portals here because we need to strike a balance between the material plane and the other planes. And then here we can actually close it, right? Yeah, it's supposed to restore balance, but then here because you know what? We opened a portal, but we're having some complications here. You know, this town is being attacked or being having some inconvenience because of this portal being open. Right? The balance was adjusted again because the portal sucks. And remember, when we opened the portal in 6-1, all right, we opened the portal in 6-1. At the end of it, it caused a problem. It caused some instability problems because we have to go and do 6-2, Moon6-2, because we release a sealed, I don't know, bad guy from the other side in the Feywild in Temerity Bay, right? Because we want to get that, we want to follow or fulfill whatever Olivia was telling us, right? Because we did our mission in 6-1, we caused a major problem for a village in the plane of the Feywild. And then in 6-3, they're telling us, you know, after, we probably caused some problems for the other town, for Temerity Bay. But you know what? It's starting to become a problem for us. So why don't we go ahead and close the portal? And then again, I go back to the diviners and say, why did we open it in the first place? Right? So that's my concern. There are many reasons to leave the portal open, as well as many reasons to close it. This decision should be debated. If we come too quickly to a decision, have the NPCs contribute reasons to support the opposite side, or making the decision difficult and morally ambiguous. Once we have reached a decision, the council nods their heads in agreement and began to plan their next steps. We are thanked for our services and dismissed for the council's meeting. And that is the end of that adventure without the bonus objectives. All right. Let me open. Was actually feeling tired, but now I feel rejuvenated after seeing these potential plot holes. Let's open Moon6-1 again and try to understand. So we're doing this not to bash the author or the leads, the story leads, or even the adventure itself. But again, our goal as lore sages is to extract as much lore as we can about the Moonshae Isles and make sure we have that continuity in storytelling, as that's part of my job as the new storyline coordinator for the Moonshae Isles, right? So if things doesn't make sense, then we have to remedy that and make sure it makes sense, right? Or it doesn't need to be remedied, just needs to be left alone and just tuck it under the rug, and that's it, right? Or maybe it doesn't need fixing. So those are the things. That's why we are doing this. Again, it's not because it's bad. It's like the person or stuff. It's because the story needs to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then it's gonna be my job and Savannah's job to make sure it does make sense in the future. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's go and open Moon6-1 again. And what I want to know here is, what is the goal of Olivia, the seer that made us open the portal? All right, I want to make that clear. So, in recent years, sought help in the many portals opening throughout the land. He found a young and extraordinarily gifted diviner named Olivia Erenure, who was interested in prophecies of the druids of the Earth Mother and found one particular interest. A portal to the Feywild will be open on the night of the autumnal equinox when Selûne is full and Anadia, the first planet in the Taurillian solar system, is in retrograde by a rather specific group of adventurers. The diviner has brought up on the plains and is of the opinion that the lack of real connections, here we go, I think this is it, the lack of real connections between the prime material plane and other planes disrupts the balance. Alright. Seeing this as an opportunity to help right a wrong, and at the invitation of High King Darid, she traveled to the Moonshaes from her home on the Outlands, which is where Sigil is at, like the Lady of Pain and all, to see this prophecy done this month. Alright. So it is to strike a balance. That is what she wants. That's why she wants a portal open. Where is the objective here? Call to action. Both their goals are to brief the group of the prophecy how to Ophelia is working on behalf of High King Darid. Okay, trying to find more information here. Okay. Okay. Involved in a prophecy to open a portal at dusk under... Yeah, so the prophecy is us opening a portal. That's it. Okay. The moons are holy sites in the Moonshae Isles. Okay. All right, so that is it. That is it. So the portal needs to be open because balance is needed. All right. So unfortunately, we're right. So this doesn't make sense if we're being given an option to close the portal, right? Because we cause a problem for an entire village on the other plane in the Feywild because we tried to fulfill the prophecy. And now us having this option to close it. And I don't think we even asked the other side if, like, the people in Temerity Bay, are they okay? Because we didn't ask them permission. Hey, we're gonna open a portal. We didn't ask Temerity Bay that. That's why we got Moon6-2. The problems in Moon6-2. But now we're gonna close. If we are gonna close the portal, I don't think we actually talk to them and ask what they think about that plan. Right. So that is my problem. The portal cannot be closed, or else everything that we've done so far is useless. Right? It will all be for nothing. So, no. So we're gonna keep it open. We're gonna keep the portal open. The moon will open. And if it going back to bonus objective B, if it's open, Humans for Harmony want the portal to be left open. It promotes cross-species peace and understanding, exposes humans to fake culture, brings money to the local business. Marion Seliquin also wants to leave the portal open as an emissary. Oh. As an emissary for Sarifal and servant of the Lachey. Oh, Marion is the other diviner. Oh, is that? Oh no, it's not. It's Rewell. What is it? She dreams of a time when the power of the Feywild spreads across the Moonshae Isles, creating a new land specifically about Sarifal. Oh, Marion is the bonus objective in Moon6-2, I think. Yeah. Undecided. Many of the townsfolk are undecided. Though the portal is good for business, they do not want to be trapped in the middle of the interplanar war. If these incursions continue to happen in the future, it may be best if the portal is closed. Ooh, again, why did we open the portal in the first place? Didn't we think of this? Right? Arlo Hillwell wants the portal to be closed, and Arlo is xenophobic and does not trust the Fae. He worries that Fae magic will negatively. It's basically the same thing written in the main adventure. These diviners aren't so good at divining. Alright. Scene B. Boons for battle. So these are the things that we get during the battle. Once the details have been decided, offer boons for the characters that may help in the upcoming battle. Asheral earned the story award Asheral's Friendship and Moon6-1. Gives him an additional boon. What are these boons? Zanzantuk. Okay. Oh, Appendix 7D. Alright, so we'll see it there. So the Firefly, Fake Critters, Lady of the Mist. Okay, so we have that. And then we have, if we have the Asheral Friendship, who is Asheral? I forgot. Asheral, a folk archdruid that protects the Moonwell. Oh, she's the druid protector for the Moonwell that turned into a portal. Okay. Aside, it offers them a horn of silent alarm. Nice. The otherworldly tone of this horn sounds like the reverberation of clear crystals. Alright. Okay. And that is it. That is the end of the adventure. Let me go back to the appendices here so we know who the people are. So we have NPCs. We have Asheral, which is the druid of the Moonwell in Rushdown Wood that became a portal. We have Dora and Mark, the members of the Humans for Harmony, right? And then we have Firefly, is an Eladrin emissary of the Temerity Bay. She is withdrawn and quiet. I think this Firefly is the one that we saved. in 6-2. Kerma Hillwell is known as the village storyteller, the mother of the guy who's xenophobic. Marin, here we go. Marin, what? Ooh, 5 feet tall, braids. I forgot who. I forgot Marin's role. You remember her? Who is she again? I don't remember. Who wanted to know if she was really? Oh, I remember now. That random half elf who was near the Moonwell. I wanted to know if she's related to was it Firefly? Or someone else who also wants, like, she'll only say yes if she can go in and out of the portal. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. Olivia is the one from Outlands, the diviner. Verna is the one who greets us at the welcoming booth in Dorset. Zazantuk, my favorite druid so far, that has like the bears and really bad at poems, right? And that's it. Who is the artist? Let's look for these art. Um, illustration Sarah Shaw. I think it's Sarah Shaw. Yeah. Sarah Shaw is what I have here. And then going back, after that we have the monster stats. We're gonna skip that. We have the map of Alaron. So we have the map of Alaron. So we fought a shadow dragon in the Fair Height range just above this forest right here. And then we fought another shadow dragon right here in the woods near Dorset. So, and then this is the, oh, we have a town map. I was asking about this and we have it. Nice. That's really good. That's awesome. They have a map of Dorset, so we were able to make one. That's cool. And then the map of the portal. This is where, yep, the Moonwell turned portal. We have it here. That's cool. And then we have the bonus objectives that we read. And then the village green, everything. All right. And that is the end of Planar Convergence. We are done with the Moon6 trilogy. Wow. That's a good way to come back after 2 weeks of not being able to stream, right? What are my thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? If you've listened to or joined us in from Moon6-1 to Moon6-3. As you're typing what you think of the trilogy, let me try to influence you with mine. Because in terms of individual adventures, I have no problems. I think they're good. I actually enjoyed this one, Moon6-3, because one, the how they fleshed out the fairy carnival is really good. I love that. And also this particular adventure has like it's light, you know. It's just it's a light adventure. You don't really have to think a lot. Not a lot of puzzles, which at least for me, I'm not really that great. I'm a fan of it, fan of puzzles, but I'm not great as a player into solving puzzles. So these are more like social interactions with different NPCs, trying to solve the problem if we should close the portal or not. The invasion though was not focused enough or was not given enough spotlight right? It's the spotlight that was given is Dorset, the village of Dorset, which I'm okay with, but if we're gonna say that there's an invasion coming, I would like to know more about Gloomshade, right? Gloomshade was not really fleshed out. It's just an NPC. It's just a regular mob with a name, basically. Uh, like I would like more focus on that. But overall, I'm okay with the adventure. I like it, especially the flavor suggestions, or and also the how they fleshed out the fairy carnival. And but yeah, the overarching story here in this trilogy, that one is the problem, right? These ones were a little more loosey goosey in comparison to the others, but decent enough. Yeah, that's the thing, decent enough. Um, like you want us to open a portal. We made some issues because we followed your requests. We caused problems to other creatures in the Feywild, and now you want us to close it. All right. So doesn't really make sense, or it doesn't make that much sense to me. And also, again, you want us to close the portals. We opened a portal without the permission of wherever who's on the other side, because we don't know who they are, right? So we caused problems for them. And now we're going to close it without talking to those people again, to the people of Temerity Bay. And, we don't even know, like, if you close it, is it going to cause another problem, right? Will we release another Unseelie Fae villain? We don't know, because we didn't talk to them. So that part is missing. Okay? So, can you write it all in the adventure? Probably not, but again, it's there's a lot of disconnects, or at least not a lot, but there's a few disconnects there in the overarching story between 6-1 to 6-3. So that is my concern. Should it be patched up? Maybe. So because these problems, or not really a problem, these these are opportunities for improvement for us, so that we can use it to create more stories, better stories in the future. And these gaps can be future adventures that we can use to fill whatever's missing here. So that's an opportunity for us, which is good. So that is it for us. This is on the long side of the stream, which I did not expect. But yeah, once in a while it happens. You have a long adventure. But yeah, this is good. We're done with 6-3. We're now moving on to the next one, which is Moon 7 storyline. Are we still on the third row? Yeah. Third row, second column. Moon 7 is where we're going next. And what's there? Let's see. Let's open the cover. Just the cover, a teaser of what will be for tomorrow. The Temple of the Beast. Look at that. Look at that. That's a change in format in terms of the cover. It's all bright now and stuff. Are we finally going away from Alaron and going to Moray? Yes. Is it time? Is it time? Please. I know it's time, right? Because I know it feels like no one cares about Moray, and we care. We want to show them that we care. We want to go back. We know it's a bad place, but we want to go back. So we'll see tomorrow. hopefully nothing bad happens. Stream continues for the whole week. There's probably gonna be a D&D game happening in the week, so one of these days I may not be able to stream unless the game happens on a Friday or a weekend. Then we get the full 4 days of stream. So that is it, fellow lore sages. Good job. Thank you for staying. We got all of our emotes approved. We'll probably get more soon. And that's it for me. Again, name is Paul Gabat, also known as DMPaulG. You can follow me in social media on Twitter or Facebook. And let me try to get the link of this adventure. If you want to get it in Dungeon Masters Guild, you can definitely do that. What is the name of this adventure again? Planar Convergence. By Emily Harmon. If you want to apply if you need like a carnival, a fake carnival in your games, in your world, in your homebrew world even, then this is a great resource. This adventure module is a great resource. So there we go. That's the link. You can get it there. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 p.m. Manila, 11 a.m. Eastern. See y'all. Glad to see the emotes approved too. And hopefully we'll get more. Bye, fellow sages. See you tomorrow. Peace.